since 2019, while rides to restaurants after 8 p.m. are down 9%. Wall Street Journal says some night owls think we're all getting a bit dull. Others embrace the mass backward slide of our activities. A third of the shows now running on Broadway start in the 7 o'clock hour on Fridays, according to Playbill. 8 o'clock used to be the norm. In New Orleans, notorious for late nights, concert promoter River Beats used to schedule main acts to start as late as 1 a.m. Now a typical event starts at 6 and ends at 11. That'll do it for this hour. For Dom Savino and Mike Gavin, I'm Gordon Deal. Thanks for listening to This Morning, America's First News.
If you're like me, you always like to add a little something new to the wardrobe. But when money's tight, it makes it harder. And that's why you shop at St. Vincent de Paul for a terrific selection of women's clothing at thrift store prices. Brand names, too, with a selection that's always up to date and looking great. You're going to find something cute at the right price, and you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Wisconsin's own Weniger Compressor has been in business since 1932, breathing new life into businesses all throughout the Midwest. Weniger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Available anytime at pressureIsoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor.
Shop Steinhoffel's Beauty Rest Black Mattresses. Queens start at just $49 per month when you use Steinhoffel's special 72-month financing. Plus, you get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Steinhoffel's is your sleep solution destination.
Veterans benefits denied? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to TaybacKattorneys.com.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Monday, July 24th. Our top story, 2 people critically injured after a shooting downtown.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Barbenheimer scores big.
I'm Brandon Snide. The race for playoff baseball heats up this week in Milwaukee.
I'm Adam Roberts, and we start our week off with some great-looking roads across the system. No incidents, no delays right now. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Getting hot this week. Today, the front end of it, mostly sunny, hazy, and warm in your Storm Team forecast. 88 degrees, your high away from the lake. Bit cooler by Lake Michigan. They're partly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of showers. And a low down to 71. Right now, we're at 70 degrees already in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center,
2 people in critical condition following a double shooting in downtown Milwaukee. Police say the men, aged 23 and 31, were injured in that shooting. This happened near Edison and Highland just after midnight this morning. Unknown suspects are now being sought after.
Tactical situation at a Super 8 hotel in Delavan. It's since been resolved. Police responded to the motel near East Geneva Street and Borg Road a little bit before 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon, where a 30-year-old man had barricaded himself inside and was having a mental crisis. Authorities evacuated several businesses near the motel as a precaution. More information expected to be released by the Delavan Police Department later this morning.
Some breaking news from overnight. Lines of communication are now open between the United Nations and North Korea concerning a U.S. Army private with ties to Racine. He's the one who ran into North Korea earlier this month.
General Andrew Harrison of UN Command telling reporters in Seoul Monday that conversations with North Korea about U.S. Army private Andrew King are underway.
That process has started, but you forgive me because of the very delicate nature of these negotiations if I don't go into any more detail.
Harrison said the well-being of King remains their primary concern. North Korea has remained publicly silent about the situation. King disappeared last week after bolting across the North Korean border while on a tour of the demilitarized zone. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
EAA Air Venture begins today in Oshkosh. A plane that was headed there crashed over the weekend in Fond du Lac County. Our news partners, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, say a 76-year-old pilot and his 71-year-old co-pilot were the only 2 on board the plane when it crashed into a marshy area near Highway 49 in Waupun. The pilot suffered a possible shoulder injury, co-pilot uninjured. Both men were flying from Texas to EAA. They left an airport in Iowa a couple hours before the crash. Were just 10 minutes away from the destination when the single-engine plane suddenly lost power.
An unexpected resignation of Briggs & Stratton CEO Steve Andrews last week. The Milwaukee Business Journal's editor-in-chief Mark Cass sharing his thoughts about the manufacturing company's future.
They've struggled a bit as they went from public firm, now owned by a private equity firm. So kind of a surprise. We'll see what happens, who they put in that spot. I don't think we can overestimate the impact of Milwaukee. Remember, they still have that plant here at Wauwatosa. They have a lot of employees that are still here. We need to carefully watch this to see how they move ahead. It's competitive right now. Everyone's trying to grab a little bit of that market share.
Andrews says he's leaving Briggs & Stratton for personal reasons.
Amped up hype about the unlikely movie double feature Barbenheimer this past weekend. It worked.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best.
The biggest opening of the year. Warner Brothers' Barbie topped the weekend North American movie box office. $155 million in ticket sales from over 4,200 locations, surpassing the Super Mario Brothers movie and every Marvel movie this year, breaking the first weekend record for a film directed by a woman, Greta Gerwig.
This is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
Universal's Oppenheimer beating expectations, $80.5 million from over 3,600 theaters. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
What are the reviews that you've been hearing? You have people that went to the Barbie. You know.
I've heard a couple of people say it was really good, and my 17-year-old niece told me it was lousy, so I'm not sure.
What's interesting is the people that told you it was really good are like adults.
Yes.
But the teenager whom you would have thought this
who dressed
movie is
in
for,
pink with her friends to go see the show.
She didn't like it.
Said it was terrible.
Coming up, Elon hopes X marks the spot, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 6:04.
This is WTMJ's Jeff Wagner for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattresses, here to tell you about Built Right's July sale and clearance, including in-stock items and special orders. Look, it's all about your comfort and your style and your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 95 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. The 3rd and 4th generation family members are on hand working in the store, along with their amazing team with over 400 years of experience. Thousands of items in stock, plus 500 mattresses and special orders that are faster in 2023. Built Right has affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses for everyone from petite to plus size. USA made, small scale, Amish made, and real solid wood furniture. Over 48 models of power lift recliners in stock as well. Free in-store design services too. Built Right voted best place to shop and winner of the Home Furnishings Association's 2023 Retailer of the Year. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday they're closed to be with family. When you get there, tell them WTMJ's Jeff Wagner sent you to locally and family-owned Built Right, 5430 West Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368. This is Chief Home Buying Strategist Brian Wickert. A lot of home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting their pre-approval and financing their new home. That's exactly what Jordan and Michelle did, and it wasn't until after they wrote their 5th losing offer that they took their agent's advice and called Accunet for a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and offer strategy consultation. Every time you write an offer and lose, it's an emotional punch to the gut because you've already imagined having Thanksgiving dinner at that house. We're helping home shoppers and their agents write stronger, more convincing offers every day with powerful tools and strategies that really work. If you don't mind writing 5 losing offers, go ahead and get a flimsy generic pre-approval from your bank or credit union. But if you want the best shot at writing an offer that gets accepted, get a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, and I'll personally join in on your offer strategy consultation like I did for Jordan and Michelle, whose very next offer was a winner. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited. First and directly, sidingunlimited.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:07.
Battle for first place in the Central at American Family Field tonight. Brandon Snyder, sports at 6:15.
Big weekend along the lakefront. Barrel rolls, hammerhead turns, and loop-de-loops.
Susan Dacey is one of the only female pilots who performed at the Air and Water Show. She tells WTMJ what inspired her career in aviation.
I went to an air show in Rockford, Illinois, which was the precursor to the EAA, and saw a large biplane flying, and that just really stuck with me.
Dacey is retired from over 38 years of flying commercial aircraft and calls her beloved Stearman biplane Big Red.
Started as a military trainer for World War II in the Army Air Corps, and afterwards the airplane was found to be very suitable as an excellent crop duster.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
A couple of female pilots in the military aircraft as well. The F-16 demo was piloted by a woman, and one of the Blue Angels, a woman as well in the cockpit. 101.7 The Truth host Tori Lowe leading the Truth's first Walk Against Violence Saturday in Milwaukee, marching from Victory Over Violence Park all the way to downtown 3rd Street Market Hall. Tori telling WTMJ Walk brings together people in the community doing good work as well as his radio work.
It's definitely a beautiful thing to see when the community and radio could come together and actually make a difference. We had a mother here that used the radio platform to resolve an issue of a homicide with her son.
He says he's excited for the walk to get bigger and better as it becomes an annual event.
Elon Musk set to make another change to Twitter, calling it X now. If you go to the website, you'll see X as the logo. ABC's Derek Dennis.
The splashy sound of a major change coming to Twitter, and X on the verge of replacing the iconic Bluebird logo. Owner Elon Musk tweeting, and soon we shall bid adieu to the Twitter brand and gradually all the birds. Musk has already slashed Twitter's workforce by 75% since buying the company in October for $44 billion. He's imposed an $8 a month subscription fee for blue check marks and changed the company's name to X Corporation in business documents.
So the change is already noticeable. If you go to x.com, it pops up as Twitter. If you go to twitter.com, you'll see an X in the corner where the bird usually is.
My
now,
app still is all birded out.
The app isn't updated
I
yet.
got the bird on there.
Anything on the computer.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. X marks the spot.
Very well.
Huh?
Coming up. Well, if that wasn't enough for you, we get another week of high-flying stunts and scorching skies. That's next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Ugh, your lunch is still in here from the last day of school? Ugh, everything is rotted.
Let's make our windows.
Ugh, did you learn that from Mom?
Yeah.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
Kajina from Pella.
Precisely.
Well, we can't stop the discovery of those rotting surprises you often find at the bottom of your kid's school backpack. Pella's limited lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per window and $78 per patio door. Experience Pella's nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility, featuring dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, and more. With Pella's limited lifetime warranty and payments as low as $35 per month per window, $78 per door, there's no reason to wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Traffic is brought to you by the senior real estate specialists at brucesteam.com, with you every step of the way. From downsizing to selling the long-time home, the senior real estate specialists at Bruce's team are with you every step of the way. 262-242-6177.
Adam Roberts is watching the roads for us this morning. What do you see, Adam?
Very little, Vince. It's a good start to your Monday. Lots of green, no incidents, no delays across the system. Looking great. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. This morning, already off to a warm start. Mostly sunny, hazy today. High temperature of 84 in Milwaukee, 88 degrees inland. For tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers, a low of 71. For Tuesday, partly cloudy, very warm and more humid. Slight chance of showers, a high of 88. Wednesday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, chance of showers and storms, 91. Thursday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high of 94 degrees. Friday, partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms and back down to 83. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 70 degrees already.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
6:12 on this Monday morning, and if that wasn't enough for you, EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh opens today. That runs through this weekend at Whitman Regional Airports. Coming off the Milwaukee Air and Water Show in Milwaukee this weekend, that was the Air Force F-16 demo. Went down with the family on Sunday, E.
How'd it go?
Huge crowd.
Gorgeous day for it, right?
So cool to see people, up on the bluffs and wherever else, just looking for a spot. Some of those spots are better than others as the trees have grown up over the years. If you're up there by the water tower and looking down, the issue is, and we bought tickets in one of those, reserved areas, so you're right there on the lake. If you're back in some of these other spots, you might be obstructed from show center, which I did not want to be.
And that wasn't your issue? You saw everything, every barrel roll?
Right on top of it. And then they've got this huge, the other part too, if you're right along Lincoln Memorial Drive, they got all these demo tents out there and all sorts of things to do. The merch tent.
We are buying merch, yes.
What'd you get?
I got a T-shirt that has the formation that I was watching during working hours this week when they were practicing.
Oh, sweet. And now you get to see the whole show for real, right?
Yes. I usually see it every year. But yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah, merch tent, just like a rock show.
There you go.
These guys are the rock stars.
Do you wear the shirt to the air show?
Yeah, I think so. And then you get another one. Talked with Tech Sergeant Matthew Gilbert. Also, he is based here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Air National Guard at the 128th Air Refueling Wing. So he's walking around with his son. This guy is Air Guard, which is Air Force, part of that in the state, right? But the boy, he's all in on the Blue Angels, which is Navy.
The Blue Angels? Yeah.
Now, hang on. You're Air Force. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's all right. We got to spend some time with them, and they've been doing some practice over our base at the 128th here in Milwaukee, though. So we got to see them up close and meet a lot of the pilots there. So it's pretty exciting.
Is it great to be able to share this with your son, too? Show him this is what Dad's about?
Yeah, it's hard to beat. It's good to come out here and see what I'm all about and get to see the life I'm living.
So all good. All good. All branches were friendly.
I'm sure they all get along.
My mother-in-law's remarried, and she married an Air Force veteran, and we took him down as well.
Nice.
And, Blue Angels are up there. He's like, that's a good show.
That's fine.
But right, all good. And like I said, if that wasn't enough for you, 2 daily air shows in Oshkosh, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, every day of the run of EA Air Venture, which
we'll
kicks
be up
off
there
this morning. Yeah, Merck's doing his whole show from up there, right?
Yeah, in a couple of days, later this week.
Coming at you.
This report is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenix Arthritis Clinics are in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and there have been thousands of patients that have received our pain relief treatment with zero out-of-pocket expense. Our FDA-approved treatments we'll use to remedy your pain are precisely guided to its root, to provide inflammation and cushioning relief to alleviate pain. What ends up happening is you begin on a pain maintenance plan, and how committed you want to be to alleviating your pain is up to you. But at the least, you can see us semi-annually to annually to, in many cases, significantly reduce pain in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Rejuvenix. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
This is Protection, the everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
For WTMJ contest rules, visit WTMJ.com/contests. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
Ozzie Albies hit a 3-run homer in the 8th inning to give the Atlanta Braves the 4-2 victory over the Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday afternoon. The Brewers dropping the game and the series to the league's best team over the weekend. With the loss, the Brewers are now just a half a game ahead of those Cincinnati Reds in the NL Central Division as they get set to host them for a 3-game set that will begin tonight over at American Family Field. Coverage will get underway here on WTMJ beginning at 6:30. The MLB trade deadline is nearing for the league. Could the deadline be something GM Matt Arnold and company look to use to add to the roster for the race for October?
Look, I think that we're always looking to upgrade responsibly here. I think this team has earned that, and I think we're going to do what we can to add to this club. But you never know. I mean, the market, I think with so many different, options there now to get in the playoffs, I think that it's going to be harder to necessarily acquire the types of players that we want to try to get. But we're gonna give it a shot. We certainly want to try to help this team, but we also feel like we have internal options. Guys like Sal Frelick, guys coming back. Like you said, Brandon Woodruff. We do think we have a number of different ways to help this club internally, but we're certainly going to explore those externally as well.
Arnold, who appeared on MLB Network Radio as the trade deadline is all set for August 1st. Over to the NFL, as the Green Bay Packers will begin a new era this week in Title Time with the start of their training camp. Aaron Rodgers is officially gone. Jordan Love is in. And despite the change at quarterback, the standard in Green Bay remains relatively high.
Goal is to, win the NFC North and win the Super Bowl as always. That's the Packers' goal. We set high standards, but I do think that, I don't know when it's going to show up or how it's going to show up, but the trust and love that we have and respect for one another that we built in the offseason, I think that'll help us win games, in the future, win close games, win games where people don't think we should, because we're going to fight just that much harder for each other.
Packers running back A.J. Dillon with the standard there, as the rookies already reported over the weekend, with the veterans set to report on Tuesday with their first practice set for July 26th. And lastly, over to golf, as Brian Harman is waking up a British Open champion this morning after dominating all weekend long. He shot a 1-under par 70 on a rainy Sunday to close out his weekend and finish 13 under par for the tournament. The final two majors of the men's golf calendar have now produced a pair of first-time major champions in Harman and U.S. Open winner Wyndham Clark.
Man, there's rain and then there's whatever that was.
Which is I feel like that's every year, though, right?
Yeah, right. The British is always going to have weather and wind and what, but man, that was ugly. I felt bad for those guys. So bad. It's so
Does
wet.
that take away from his championship then?
No, I mean,
okay. It's an even playing field.
He's feeling okay about it.
Yeah, I think so.
6:19 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Stay in touch. You can reach us on the Old National Bank talk and text line at 855-616-1620. Old National Bank. Get old.
Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, the group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery a few years ago. Eric, I told you I had the big golf event this weekend, 63 holes in 3 days.
How'd it go?
Well, the golf left some to be desired. But this is an event I play in every year. One of my friends invites me, and it's we do a lot of walking, obviously. I mean, so walking miles 3 days in a row. As we would come up on this event, when my knee was giving me trouble, I'd call my doctor and see if I could get some anti-inflammatories because my knee just would not make it through.
How do you do now?
No troubles. Golf game was terrible, but the knee, all good.
Good.
It's a lot of walking, man, and it felt great. I trusted that surgical team with my knee surgery. I look back on that and think I waited too long. Don't wait. If something's bothering you, at least go in and see them. Find out what you're dealing with. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
Make your next family trip one for the history books at Old World, Wisconsin. Set against the natural beauty of the Kettle Moraine State Forest, you'll enter a one-of-a-kind place where the modern world fades away. Explore authentically restored homes, farms, stores, and workshops representing more than a century of Wisconsin history. Meet heritage farm animals, visit a one-room schoolhouse, lend a hand in the blacksmith shop, ride a high-wheel bicycle, and so much more. Travel through time and the stories of America's heartland. Get your tickets at oldworldwisconsin.wisconsinhistory.org.
Interested in a career change with purpose and have a passion for giving back to the community? Choose a fulfilling career that helps other individuals, small businesses, and local nonprofits. Ritz Holman is a privately owned CPA firm looking for talented CPA professionals who are dedicated to being an active, vibrant member of the Southeast Wisconsin community. Ritz Holman maintains a genuine interest in each one of their clients and team members. Join the Ritz Holman team and learn more at ritzholman.com.
It's time for shrimp at Sendix. 2-pound bags of 26 to 30 count extra large cooked or raw shrimp are just $14.99. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Checking in with Adam Roberts. He's on the roads today for Debbie. What do you see, Adam?
Very little Vince again. The broken record. I could probably just replay this every 10 minutes or so this morning, but we're looking pretty good so far. Still no incidents, no delays. Your travel times are all, if not right at their normal speed, above it for this morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
And nobody has complaints with that record. Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Storm team forecast from meteorologist Brian Desnansky this morning. We're going to get hot this week. Mostly sunny, hazy, and warm today. High of 88 degrees, a little bit cooler near the lake, and then partly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of showers and a low down to 71. And we're going to crank up the heat. 88 degrees your high temp on Tuesday, partly cloudy, very warm, more humid with a slight chance of showers. Wednesday, Hot and humid. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 91. Thursday's high 94. Under hot and humid conditions and partly cloudy, we cool off a little bit on Friday with a high of 83 and a chance for thunderstorms. We're at 71 in Milwaukee.
Time to buzz the tower. It's time to look at the week ahead. Let's go!
All right, the week ahead here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Let's start with today. Packers shareholders meeting today as Titletown starts to ramp up now. So got the shareholders meeting today, and then the players report tomorrow for camp on Wednesday.
Surprised they're even having it because I can't make it this year. So I put a lot of messages into Mark Murphy and said, hey, wait, doesn't work for me. Can't be there.
Yeah, we are going to hear some sound from your visit last year.
Yes.
We're going to bring that back later on the show. All right, good. Speaking of conventions, annual conventions, okay, so the Northwestern Mutual Convention is now underway. We jumped the gun last week a little bit. They are all in town, all the field agents, and Kenny Chesney plays Milwaukee on Tuesday for the NM folks. For Wednesday, big day on Wednesday, Vince. Federal Reserve is going to wrap up 2 days of meetings. Interest rate hikes are likely. Hunter Biden's going to plead guilty to 2 tax misdemeanors in a court hearing in Delaware. The U.S. women's national team is going to play Netherlands in the World Cup. That's Wednesday night, and that'll be a big game. The U.S. won Friday 3-0. Wednesday also marking 1 year until the summer games. And on Wednesday, a House subcommittee will hold a hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, otherwise known as UFOs. They're going to discuss it for real this time?
We're going to have witnesses who can speak frankly to the public about their experiences. We've had a heck of a lot of pushback about this hearing. We've had members of Congress who fought us. We've had members of the intelligence community and also the Pentagon. Even NASA backed out on us. There are a lot of people who don't want this to come to light.
Yeah, Congressman Tom Burchett there.
Are we going to get anything out of this? Because we've done this story like how many times?
No.
Of there's going to be a this, there's going to release a report, and there's nothing in there.
It's probably the reason they don't want to release things is because they don't want to show a hand of national security threats that they know of already that maybe other countries don't know that we know of.
That's right. Oh, actually, that was ours. That was our what? I can't tell you.
Right. See, that just.
But we made that.
To suggest that, there's.
All right. It's fine. I'm for national security.
This ain't Independence Day, but I do think that it'll be interesting on Wednesday. For Thursday, big vote in Milwaukee County. Scheduled to vote, the county board will, on a sales tax proposal increase, much like the Common Council did a couple of weeks ago.
0.4% for the county.
Yes, not the 2% that the Common Council did. So that vote will come on Thursday. It seems to indicate it's going to happen. I haven't heard much that's going to suggest it won't. So here we go with that. Let's see, what else do we got here? At the box office this weekend. Yes, Haunted House, the latest Disney creation.
Surprise. You're all in for a treat.
Yes.
What is this? I have no buzz on this from you. I haven't heard of
So
this.
it's a theme park attraction turned movie. They did this with Pirates of the Caribbean. They've done it with
I've
others.
been in that
This is
haunted house,
Haunted
right?
Mansion.
At Hollywood Studios. That's the one you go up in, and then you just drop and go up and down.
Yep. So they'll do that. They turn it into a movie. Let's see. Danny DeVito's in it. Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Rosario Dawson, Jared Leto. So whole big crew for that movie, which comes out this weekend. Travis Scott, Post Malone, Joni Mitchell all releasing albums. And at the lakefront, always excited to have this. That's right. German Fest kicks off on Friday.
Jawohl. Wir werden trinken und essen.
Now, German Fest and Irish Fest generally are ones that curry your favor just a little bit.
Well, my girls used to Irish dance, so that
you were
was
always at that one.
required attendance. Good times. And German Fest, the special Usingersbrats, they only make them for German Fest.
Right?
Sehr gut. 626 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed Friday at 35,228. The NASDAQ was up about 28 points to 14,091. And the S&P 500 closed Friday at 4536, up just about a point and a half. For a deeper dive on the markets, listen to the Annex Wealth Management SWAT podcast. Listen wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Heiser Automotive. You know I love talking about Heiser. I am now driving a 2021 Lincoln Corsair all-wheel drive. Of course, perfect for all of Wisconsin's changing weathers. We all know about that weather. It is amazing, comfortable. I always say Lincolns have the best ride. 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty coverage. All of the great features of Lincoln, all available at one of their 5 great locations. Check it out. You can also go to Heiser.com, see all of their great pre-owned and new vehicles. Stop, online, always there for you, much more. Heiser.com. They have all the inventory you might need for any vehicle need you have. You could be in a vehicle as soon as tonight. Need your current vehicle serviced? Heiser has, as I said, 5 convenient locations. Get your vehicle ready for the upcoming summer season. Call for an appointment. Schedule online. They can fix body damage too, one of their great service centers. Make sure you visit Heiser.com for all your vehicle needs. That's why they say every day at Heiser, today's your day.
This is Brad Youngbooth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. We have 2 big humps in this business, right before summer and right after fall. And for us, that's when the lines are the longest. Folks usually choose to do their exterior work during those times, and what I'm trying to do here with this message is level out the flow of business so that we don't have to disappoint anyone come November and December because they were hoping to get their work done before the snow flies. I understand where the focus is during summer, but you know what? It really is a great time to get signed up for your exterior work, like siding and windows, because that's when the lines are the shortest, and it's the one time that we're pretty sure we're not going to get any snow. So if you're looking to get your work done, why put it off? The lines are shorter and we'll be ready. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, call Semper Fi, because you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem is powered by Wendiger Compressor, American Patriotism.
Our family, serving your family.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Sorry about that, Church and Chapel. Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem is powered by Wendiger Compressor, American Patriotism, made in Wisconsin. This is the Brookfield Central Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Quick check on the roads. Your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Still no incidents and no delays. We are looking very good this Monday morning. Right now in Milwaukee, mostly sunny skies and already 71 degrees.
The record-shattering heat wave continuing from coast to coast. In Florida, ABC's Victor Oquendo.
This heat wave is unprecedented, even for Miami this time of year. On Sunday, we hit 98 degrees, the hottest day in 3 years, and it stretches well beyond Florida. This relentless heat gripping a large swath of the country.
Phoenix could have its 25th consecutive day of 110 degrees or more, and says ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Americans are also facing much higher electricity bills. Utility bills nationwide were already expected to be up nearly 12% this summer compared to last year. The operators of the Texas utility grid say surging demand has broken records 10 times in recent weeks.
The Midwest is now bracing for those triple-digit temperatures. UN Command and North Korea have begun talks about Travis King, the American soldier who ran into the north last week. Protests in Israel continue over today's parliament vote that would seriously overhaul the country's judicial system, giving the courts less power. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:31. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, you heard it mentioned a bit at the end of the ABC newscast. A developing story this morning as lines of communication are now open between the United Nations and North Korea concerning a U.S. Army private with ties to Racine who ran into the communist nation last week.
General Andrew Harrison of UN Command telling reporters in Seoul Monday that conversations with North Korea about U.S. Army private Andrew King are underway.
That process has started, but you forgive me because of the very delicate nature of these negotiations if I don't go into any more detail.
Harrison said the well-being of King remains their primary concern. North Korea has remained publicly silent about the situation. King disappeared last week after bolting across the North Korean border while on a tour of the demilitarized zone. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Closer to home, 2 people in critical condition this morning following a double shooting in downtown Milwaukee overnight. Police say 2 men aged 23 and 31 were injured in the shooting that happened near Edison and Highland just after midnight. Unknown suspects being pursued. A tactical situation at a Super 8 motel in Delavan has been resolved. Police responding yesterday to the motel near East Geneva Street and Borg Road. A 30-year-old man had barricaded himself inside the Super 8 and was having a mental crisis. Authorities evacuated several businesses near the motel as a precaution. We are expecting more details to be shared by the Delavan Police Department later this morning. A plane crash in Fond du Lac County over the weekend was on its way to the EAA Air Venture kicking off in Oshkosh today. Our news partners over at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel saying a 76-year-old pilot and his 71-year-old co-pilot were the only 2 on board the plane when it crashed into a marshy area near Highway 49 in Waupun. The pilot suffered a possible shoulder injury while the co-pilot was uninjured in the crash. And 101.7 The Truth host Tori Lowe led the Truth First Walk Against Violence Saturday in Milwaukee. That march happening from Victory Over Violence Park and making its way downtown to the 3rd Street Market Hall. Tori tells WTMJ the walk brings together both his community work and his radio work.
It's definitely a beautiful thing to see when the community and radio could come together and actually make a difference. We had a mother here that used the radio platform to resolve an issue of a homicide with her son.
And Tori's saying he's excited for the walk to get bigger and better as it becomes hopefully an annual event. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Coming up, if you have one of these in your purse or stuck in a drawer somewhere, you're just like half of American consumers. That story next. Traffic is sponsored by Milwaukee's German Fest. It's this weekend. Make it your tradition.
Come celebrate German Fest, Milwaukee's original house party, this weekend. Authentic German food, beer, and steel timber sports competition. For more on German Fest, visit GermanFest.com.
Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit JamesImaging.com.
Brookfield GMC has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, all bundled under the James Managed Print Services Program. Brookfield GMC Controller Jay Doyle.
They can track where the printer supplies are, the toner supply is getting down or low, and then they'll ship us a new toner.
And there's more. James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services also includes parts and service.
Exactly, yes. We had a fuser go out in one of our printers, and they came out and replaced that right away. So repair and our supplies are maintained.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. All your document output devices, service, supplies, and parts wrapped up in one low monthly invoice. Now that's a good value.
It's a big value because of all the services.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. It's almost time for the world's greatest aviation celebration. Don't miss out on EAA Air Venture Oshkosh, happening July 24th through the 30th, with world-class daily air shows, thrilling aerobatics, and 2 night air shows. Some of the best fireworks in the area. Unique aircraft will be on display and events for the whole family to enjoy. Join EAA for a week of unforgettable moments and to immerse yourself in the world of flight. Visit EAA.org for more information or to purchase your tickets today. I love it. It's EAA.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Packers open training camp later this week. Brandon Snide looks at that in sports at 6:45.
So a new survey by Bankrate.com finds that nearly half of Americans are sitting on unused gift cards.
Yeah, they are.
We all give them, No one ever uses them.
We did find that about 40% of people said that they've made an effort to use gift cards more frequently over the past year because of economic concerns. But last year, about 75% of people with unused gift cards said they would use most or all of them within the next year. But clearly that hasn't happened.
And they did not do so. That's Ted Rossman with Mingrid. So the survey finds that households with higher incomes are much more likely to have unused gift cards. They get them in a birthday card, get them as a gift, as a thank you, and they throw them in a drawer and never get used again.
When I find myself not using a gift card, it's often because the gift card is like for $25, but what I need to buy is $130, and I'm like,
right.
I ain't got no $100 for this right now.
Right, so you're going to wait?
Right, so I'll wait and see. Maybe I get another gift card, or maybe I'm in a better spot, or like I just don't have that much to spend on this right now.
I just forget. You know how many times I've been in Menards and didn't use the Menards gift card I have sitting
in your
my
wallet?
wallet? Right. So Rossman says you have to use them almost immediately.
There's a risk, too, that if you hold on to these cards, inflation cuts into the value, the store might go out of business, you might lose the card. There's a lot that can happen.
So get them used immediately, says Ted Rossman.
Coming up, the Jeopardy answer is, never seen that before. What's the question? That's next.
What makes Ben Ben is that he's very, very detail-oriented.
That's Arvid Huth from Penny Mustard Furnishings, talking about his brother, Ben.
The details to me matter. The smallest detail needs to be right, and there's no reason it can't be right. To me, a room needs to be clean, and there's no reason a room can't be clean. A room should be organized. A warehouse should be organized. There's no reason why it shouldn't be organized. I'm a fanatic on some of those things. And Arvid would roll his eyes at me. You know, that little dust is no big deal. But to me, I'm like, nope, that needs to be cleaned up. He's so passionate about the quality of the furniture. Those details are his details. It's important for that furniture to be built perfect. Every little detail matters if you're going to have people and a company and a culture where what we deliver to that customer is absolutely the best thing we can bring to that customer. Everything we do to get to that point that the customer never sees needs to be done to our best ability. But in the end, I've always learned that the details won't take care of themselves. Ben will take care of the details. So that's been a blessing.
PennyMustard.com.
Headlines, texts, emails, the TV, the computer, the phone, even your smartwatch, every day. Market volatility can lead to anxiety and planning paralysis. No surprise, Americans report being stressed about their investment and retirement plans. Turn down the media roar. Dial up the planning. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side for investment and retirement guidance that includes tax and estate planning. Head to AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Hey, Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. My house is more than 20 years old, and eventually I'm going to need a new roof, but maybe I can wait a bit on that. Maybe I can get a tune-up. That's what Tri-County Contracting does. It's a worry-free roof tune-up. It's your chance to have someone up on your roof to take a look and perhaps even make some fixes if necessary. Look them up, TriCountyContractingWI.com, or call 262-217-8150. Tri-County Contracting.
Traffic is sponsored by the Racine Zoo's Animal Crackers Concert Series, live music along the lakefront. Enjoy live music along the lakefront at Racine Zoo's Animal Crackers Concert Series. Saxophonist Mindy Abair takes the stage Wednesday, July 26th. Get your tickets today at racinezoo.org.
Checking in the roads, Adam Roberts is in for Debbie today.
Your roads are looking good still, Vince. I've got a lot of green. The only incident on the map is way down in, I believe that's Racine County, just past County E. A broken down vehicle on the right shoulder as you head north on 41, and that's about it. No other incidents, no delays. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Off to a warm start this morning, mostly sunny skies, hazy today, a little bit of wildfire smoke back in the air. 84 for your high lakeside, 88 degrees inland. For tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers, a low of 71. Tuesday, partly cloudy, very warm, more humid, slight chance of showers, up to 88. Wednesday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, chance of showers and storms, a high of 91. Thursday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high of 94. Friday, partly cloudy, chance of storms, and a high of 83. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee temperature at 70 degrees. Play the game going into the break here. The Jeopardy answer is, never seen that before. What's the question? You know how Jeopardy works.
What
Here's the
haven't
answer,
you
right?
seen before? I'm trying to think. Because you've seen a lot. You've witnessed quite a bit.
The answer is, or the question is, things you never want to hear from your doctor, your mechanic, or your plumber. Never seen that before. Right?
Oh, boy.
So I get my guy out at the house. I was telling the story last week. The water heater went out. It's leaking all over the basement. Shut it down. Got to get a guy in. So Joe the plumber is the guy he's just a guy, right? He's come and done jobs for us over the years. I like him.
You trust him. That's good.
Yeah. Joe says, I don't really do water heaters anymore. You know, he's kind of phasing out. You know, call his guy Drew. So we called Joe. Joe had us call Drew. Drew had us call John. And John came by the house.
Okay.
So he comes down and looks at my water heater and goes, never seen that before.
Oh, no.
You know, it's like, well, this is about to be expensive.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
I think what happened was my house was built in 1967 and probably had an unfinished basement, I'm guessing, at the time. Yeah. And it appears that some of the basement is finished, right? And they just sort of finished it around the water heater. So it's shoehorned in this little corner.
Oh, no.
And he's looking at me. He's like, I don't know how we're going to get this out. Like, I don't know that I can get this out.
So is that why they had to cut pipes?
Right. So then I've got my guy the next day. He had to cut they call it the stack, right? This is what connects to your mainline water underneath the house, right? And this was an old pipe, right? And he's cutting it. So he had to cut out the pipe to get the old one out, to shoehorn the new one back in that space, then rebuild the pipe, all the stuff, yada, yada,
so
yada.
So when this goes out in 10 years, you're going to have to do the same thing, cut the pipe?
Planning on being out of there by then. He's like, how long are you going to be in the house? I'm like, this is about to be somebody else's problem in 10 or 15 years. Well, he did. He's like, we could put it over here, but, I mean, that was going to be like moving major plumbing and all sorts of other stuff.
Oh, man.
And so hopefully this one lasts a while.
Yeah, I hope you got the deluxe version.
But good job by John and Drew. Yeah, we had a very nice model.
Very good.
The water's very hot. 6:44. Brandon Snide's got sports coming up next.
People who suffer from long-term chronic joint pain spend so much of their time acting, putting up a carefree front. It's exhausting.
I was really tired of trying to act like I wasn't in pain because I was in pain all the time.
Rick Rawlings didn't want everyone else to know that he was coping with agonizing shoulder pain 24/7.
Yes, I had to put on a face to cover up my pain.
But then Rick found QC Kinetics, offering new lasting treatments for joint pain using natural biologics. Treatments designed to restore and repair joint tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. The results were amazing.
I am very glad. It changed my life doing the QC Kinetics. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. The cranky Rick is gone. He's not grouchy anymore.
No more acting. Feel like yourself again with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Stem's Bug Killer Trigger is powered by active ingredients found in plants and kills roaches faster than Zevos Bug Killer Trigger based on lab testing on the most common U.S. cockroach species. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The Milwaukee Brewers dropped the game in the series Sunday afternoon to the Atlanta Braves. This one by a final of 4-2. The Crew's battle for the NL Central continues this week as they welcome in Cincinnati tonight to begin a 3-game series. Milwaukee currently holding a half-game lead in the division over the Reds. That first pitch is all set for 7:10. Our coverage will begin right here on WTMJ with Brewers warm-up beginning at 6 p.m. The Green Bay Packers will get things started this week with the start of their training camp. The veterans reporting tomorrow with the team's first practice scheduled for July 26th. And lastly, Brian Harman winning the British Open on Sunday after shooting a 1-under par 70 to close out his weekend and finish 13 under par for the tournament victory.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports opinion commentary on Wisconsin's morning news. Here's Brendan Snide.
The Milwaukee Brewers are in the midst of quite a memorable season, and on Saturday, those memories grew even more with the Major League debut of outfielder Sal Frelick, who was called up late Friday night to make his first big league appearance. As it has for a few others before him, his impact was felt tremendously with a debut that most fans will remember for years to come. Frelick made 2 remarkable catches in the outfield to save extra base hits and potentially runs at the wall, jumping to make the catch. But those catches were just the beginning for him. The 23-year-old went 3 for 3 at the plate, batting in what would be the game's winning run following a Devin Williams save. If you were at the game, or maybe you were like me listening to Bob Uecker on the call, the game was as close to a playoff atmosphere in July as you can get, which also got me thinking a little bit. First of all, credit to General Manager Matt Arnold for making the call on Frelick and the other freshmen he has called up to the big leagues, Weimer, Mitchell, Train, and Uribe, to name a few. That said, a youth movement is undoubtedly happening here in Milwaukee right before our very own eyes. And I don't know about you, but for me, I just want to see the freshmen play. Let them all play. Tuck away Jesse Winker. Tyrone Taylor had his opportunities. Blake Perkins is good, but he can be useful off the bench. Most of you will likely argue it's too soon for Jackson Trio to come up here, and you might be right, but the kid is batting almost 500 in his last 10 games in Biloxi. Will there be struggles with these kids? Of course there were, sure. But there is an energy in the clubhouse and most certainly in the stands that these kids have brought to this city. Let them all play. See what you got. And come October, you never know what can happen.
The WTMJ Classic is here, July 24th at Lac La Belle, benefiting Best Buddies Wisconsin. You can help by bidding on the awesome items up for grabs. Check them out at WTMJ.com or text BID to the Old National Bank Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Thank you to all of our great partners. The Club at Lac La Belle, Gruber Law Offices, Wilkie's Milwaukee Florist, Lazy Pour, and CBRE Wisconsin.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. This is not the time of year that you want to be leaving stuff that can rot in your car. My kids do this all the time. It's an old Starbucks. It's a something else, banana peel with some half banana in it. An apple that's now down to looks like a shriveled up grape.
Dried out orange.
Go in the car and pull out all this rotten old stuff. You know what you never have to worry about rotting, Eric?
What's that?
Your windows from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Now, they're wood, and wood can rot, but Pella is a quality product, so you don't have to worry about it. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin offers a very generous limited lifetime warranty on their wood windows and doors, and they're able to do that. I mean, they could stand to lose a lot of money if they didn't have a good product, but they know most people are never going to need to use that warranty. They're so confident in the craftsmanship that goes into each and every Pella window and door. They offer the best wood warranty in the industry. And right now, you can make payments as low as $35 a window, $78 per patio door. What an incredible deal. And they make it easy for you to afford it. Experience Pella's nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility. They've got dramatic sizes, if you've got a big space to fill, custom colors, finishes, and more. And again, the Pella limited lifetime wood warranty. Payments as low as $35 a month per window, $78 per patio door. No reason to wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Interested in a career change with purpose and have a passion for giving back to the community? Choose a fulfilling career that helps other individuals, small businesses, and local nonprofits. Ritz Holman is a privately owned CPA firm looking for talented CPA professionals who are dedicated to being an active, vibrant member of the Southeast Wisconsin community. Ritz Holman maintains a genuine interest in each one of their clients and team members. Join the Ritz Holman team and learn more at ritzholman.com.
It's time for shrimp at Sendik's. 2-pound bags of 26 to 30 count extra large cooked or raw shrimp are just $14.99. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, trusted local grocer since 1926. Adam Roberts on the roads for us today.
Still just have that broken down vehicle just beyond County E. It's blocking the right shoulder as you head on 41 north, but that is it. Otherwise, we've got great freeway speeds and no other incidents or delays. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ's 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. I got a couple of 90s on the 5-day forecast here. Mostly sunny, hazy, and warm today. High of 88 degrees, bit cooler near the lake. Slight chance of showers tonight, low down to 71. For Tuesday, high of 88 degrees, more humid with a slight chance of showers. Wednesday's high, 91 with a chance of showers and storms. Thursday, high of 94, hot and humid. And then Friday, we cool off back a bit, chance of thunderstorms, and a high of 83 degrees. 70 degrees in Milwaukee. At 6:52 on this Monday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Glad to welcome in our teammate from 101.7 The Truth, Telly Hughes, with us this morning. Morning, T. Hughes.
Good morning, Vinny. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I wanted to ask you for your perspective on a story that kind of lived through the weekend. And huge concert event, Country Thunder in Kenosha County. And it's what happened to a TMJ4 News reporter, Taylor Lumpkin, that's been the subject of a lot of conversations that I've had over the last few days. So I'll read to you what, I'm sure you're familiar with the story, but I'll read for everybody catching up what she posted on Twitter. Went to cover this event for a news story. This is Country Thunder. Left humiliated after a guy ran up and yelled at me unprovoked and called me the N-word twice. Nobody helped. Everyone stared at me and laughed. Do better, people. So, Telly, let me just first get an initial reaction from you on what you read and heard here, and then I have some questions to follow up just to gain your perspective.
The first things that come to mind for me is disappointment, frustration, and just downright just shouldn't have to endure that type of behavior and treatment when you're just trying to do your job. I've been a journalist for over 20 years. I have been put in situations that were similar to that. And I totally understand where Ms. Lumpkin is coming from. And it's so unfortunate. And it also just shows how far we are still away from just being civil towards one another.
So, hey, man, maybe it's on me, but I'm surprised to hear you say that. I was surprised to read this. Like, I guess that's on me to always be surprised. Maybe it's time for me to pay closer attention. But to hear you say that, I'm really surprised to hear that, Telly. That's happened to you, that you've had this experience.
Oh, I have worked in Macon, Georgia. My first television job was in Macon, Georgia in 2001. And I was covering high schools that still had segregated proms. 2001.
Oh.
I want to go back and look it up. It's in Sandersville, Georgia. They had segregated proms. So I've been in those situations. And it is so unfortunate because you're just looking at someone purely based off of their race, spewing hatred towards them. And it's not like Ms. Lumpkin went out there, was protesting, had on a Black Lives Matter shirt or anything like that. It was a journalist trying to do her job, and you had someone come up and behave like this towards her. And it's sickening, and it's just disappointing because people don't understand, like, what is it going to be like the next time she has an assignment in a situation like that? How is she supposed to feel? Is she within her right to not take the assignment? So there are so many long-term ramifications for something like this. It's not just an incident, an isolated incident, and you move on. There are long-term effects for people's actions. And it's not just, oh, it was funny and that was that. And then to be pointed at, stared at, and laughed at off of something that you didn't create. I feel for her, and I really hate that she had to go through that. Yeah,
and as you share those stories, Telly, I feel badly for you. I know Taylor a little bit because we overlapped when I was over at TMJ4. I feel bad for her on a personal level. Let me ask you a provocative question, though, and this came up in a number of conversations I was in over the weekend. So this happened to her, and it's a terrible personal thing that happened to her. It's one person or a few people who said a terrible thing to someone else. Let me ask you your thoughts on this being a major news story in the newspaper of record in our state. Because a lot of folks are coming up to me because they know I work in the media, and they're like, okay, bad for her, and I feel bad for her, but why was this the news? Should this have been a news story, and should we be shining the light on it that we have been?
Absolutely. Why should this be put or swept under the rug? Because let's just be real, Vince. If this was a situation where there was a reporter that went into a situation where they felt uncomfortable and they were threatened or made fun of, it's a story. It's a story because these things should not be swept under the rug. And I think that's been the problem. And then when it does come to the surface, it's, hey, let's start the conversation. How long have we been starting the conversation? So I think that it becomes a story because it became a human interest story. Vinny, you know, as a journalist, you're trained to never be a part of the story. When this happens, she was thrust into the story. I'm sure she did not want to be in this situation. She did not want to be a part of the story. But how can you go and pretend like this didn't happen? This is the story now.
Kelly Hughes, our teammate at 101.7 The Truth. Sure appreciate your perspective this morning, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man, take care. Business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Old National Bank. Get old. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Sean Ryan.
Wisconsin's statewide home sales and listings are both down about 20%, but despite those slower sales, realtors say the current inventory of homes listed is about half of what's needed to balance the market. A planned conversion of the former Boston Store Furniture Gallery in Brookfield into co-working offices means local developer Better Co-work by Spring will offer about 750 desks across 3 Waukesha County locations. The developers behind the contested Drew Tower project in Wauwatosa are lining up a different apartment development in the city. They will buy the Wisconsin International Academy property on Blue Mound Road. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
While the warm weather has you feeling like new, get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield. Whether you're saving up for something big or just for a rainy day, Old National is here for you. Earn 5.00% APY with our limited time 12-month introductory money market offer. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 not on deposit at Old National as of April 14th, 2023. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis.
What's your favorite number?
48, because you can get 48 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic at Hasslis Mattress.
The number 48 is associated with abundance and stability.
Like the abundant stability and comfort of Tempur-Pedic.
Prosperity and wealth.
Like a $300 MasterCard Rewards gift card with your Tempur-Pedic purchase.
I think 48 may be my favorite number too.
Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasslis.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Dave Drake Camp Heating. I've always been able to trust them to ensure my family's comfort. And it's not just because they do tremendous quality work. Dave Drake Camp Heating's team cares about the community. They've contributed to our Thanksgiving food drive, holiday toy drives, and other important causes, including today's WTMJ Classic benefit auction donation to Best Buddies. You can bid on a Dave Drake Camp Heating and Cooling voucher, allowing you to take $2,500 off any furnace, AC, or system purchase. Go to WTMJ.com.
You can give them the same old, or you can surprise them with something unique from St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store at a bargain. Almost new, but really cool. The thing about thrift store gift shopping is that you never know what you'll find. But when you find it, you'll know it's right. That's what makes it fun. And if you just can't choose, gift cards are always available at St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd in Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Monday, July 24th. Our top story, communications over Travis King have begun.
I'm Eric Bilstead. The heat is on.
I'm Brandon Snide. Why one Packers running back says it's Super Bowl or bust in Titletown.
I'm Adam Roberts, and we've got a little bit of light volume starting to form on 43 northbound in the construction zone. That means it's forming just north of North and is stretching all the way to about Keefe right now, so just a couple extra minutes as you head north of downtown. And a little bit of light volume also north of the zoo on 41 as you go past Watertown Plank Road. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 88 degrees under hazy and warm conditions today. Bit cooler near the lake and then partly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of showers and a low down to 71. Right now it's 70 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an update on a story, breaking news that we first told you about last week on Wisconsin's Morning News. The lines of communication now open between the United Nations and North Korea concerning a U.S. Army private with ties to Racine. He ran into North Korea last week.
General Andrew Harrison of UN Command telling reporters in Seoul Monday that conversations with North Korea about U.S. Army Private Andrew King are underway.
That process has started. But you forgive me because of the very delicate nature of these negotiations if I don't go into any more detail.
Harrison said the well-being of King remains their primary concern. North Korea has remained publicly silent about the situation. King disappeared last week after bolting across the North Korean border while on a tour of the demilitarized zone. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stile calling for Travis King to be brought home. He tells WTMJ his office working to assist the Defense Department in that.
It's a concerning situation. The circumstances of how this individual ended up there, I think, is still being explored. But ultimately, he's still a United States soldier, and I think it's absolutely imperative we work to make sure we bring him home.
King's family is asking the military to help get him back home.
2 people in critical condition this morning. Double shooting downtown Milwaukee. Police said 2 men were injured in the shooting near Edison and Highland. It was just after midnight. Unknown suspects still being looked for this morning.
A tactical situation at a Super 8 in Delavan has been resolved. This happened at that motel near East Geneva Street and Borg Road Sunday afternoon. Man barricaded himself inside the Super 8. Police evacuated several businesses near that area. We do expect to learn more details later today.
EAA Air Venture kicks off this morning in Oshkosh. Pilot injured on his way to the event crashed in Fond du Lac. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reports he was 76 years old, is flying from Texas. They were just 10 minutes out from Oshkosh when he went down along Highway 49 in Waupun. The pilot and passenger were not seriously hurt.
The record-setting heat wave blanketing much of the country is expected to grow in the coming days, and we'll start to notice it right here in southeast Wisconsin this week as well. Meanwhile, in Phoenix, Arizona, they're seeing their 25th consecutive day with temps of at least 110 degrees. By the middle of the week, it's expected more than 230 million Americans will be affected.
Coming up, Barbenheimer scores big, citing unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek telling you about the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. It's the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. It's a state-of-the-art facility providing doggy daycare, boarding, and professional grooming services all on site. Hang out with your dog or without and enjoy time at their indoor-outdoor tavern connected to the dog park. Fun, happy, clean, and safe. They even have trained handlers on site at all times. Visit thehoundsandtap.com for more details. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
You've probably heard about employee stock ownership plans before, but what separates Fifth Third Bank from others when it comes to these plans? Fifth Third offers unmatched expertise and flexibility when creating ESOP solutions. From full and partial sales, second stage transactions, repurchase obligation financing, and seller note refinancing, ESOPs can offer tax advantages, increased liquidity, employee incentives, and overall diversification of net worth to help your company plan for the future. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Siding Unlimited. Named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited. 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time. 7:07.
Battle for first place comes to American Family Field, at least in the National League Central. Brandon Snyder has sports coming up at 7:15.
The little blue bird has flown the coop.
Twitter's rebranding has arrived. It's officially replaced its blue bird logo with a black X on the upper left-hand corner of its website. CBS News tech consultant Ian Scher.
Of course, the big question is whether or not X, this new app that replaces Twitter, can be as influential as Twitter has been.
Early today, CEO Elon Musk pinned a tweet to the top of his profile showing a flickering white X on a black background, harkening back to his former banking startup, X.com. The little blue bird is still on the Twitter app. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
What is this even about?
You want to hear what it sounds like? Yeah. So this is what it sounds like on Musk's page right now when you see the X.
Okay. Oh, now I'm going to join. Right
I'm
now.
going
to use Twitter twice as much now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
The amped up hype about the unlikely movie double feature Barbenheimer this past weekend, it worked. ABC's Chuck Silverstein.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best.
The biggest opening of the year. Warner Brothers' Barbie topped the weekend North American movie box office. $155 million in ticket sales from over 4,200 locations, surpassing the Super Mario Brothers movie and every Marvel movie this year, breaking the first weekend record for a film directed by a woman, Greta Gerwig.
This is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
Universal's Oppenheimer beating expectations, $80.5 million from over 3,600 theaters. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Been to either yet? No?
No, my 11-year-old for her birthday is going to go see Barbie on Wednesday. I assume it's okay for her to go see, but I've been told my niece saw it. She's 17. She said it was awful.
See, the teenager didn't like it.
But our intern and some colleagues here all saw it.
All
and
older.
They said it was good. They liked it.
Okay, who's this movie for?
I have no idea.
7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
The smallest detail needs to be right, and there's no reason it can't be right.
Ben and Arvid from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
He's so passionate about the quality of the furniture. It's important for that furniture to be built perfect. Every little detail matters if you're going to have people and a company and a culture where what we deliver to that customer is absolutely the best thing we can bring to that customer. Everything we do to get to that point that the customer never sees needs to be done to our best ability.
PennyMustard.com.
Traffic is brought to you by Crest Cadillac. Find them at crestcadillac.com. Crest Cadillac of Brookfield, located on Capitol Drive, just west of Interstate 41. Discover Crest Cadillac at crestcadillac.com.
Checking into the roads, Adam Roberts is watching that for us this morning.
Yes, Vince, and we've got a little bit of volume starting to build around Watertown Plank Road on 41 North, just north of the zoo, and also our trouble spot in the construction zone on 43 from north to about Center Street, Locust Street area, heading north from the Marquette. That's where you'll see a little bit of a backup right now. Other than that, we are still overall looking good this morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies today, but a little bit of wildfire smoke back in the air. Warm, high temperature of 84 in Milwaukee, 88 degrees inland. For tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers, a low of 71. Now Tuesday, partly cloudy, very warm, more humid, slight chance of showers, a high of 88. Wednesday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, chance of showers and storms, a high up to 91. And Thursday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high of 94 degrees. Friday, partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, and a high of 83. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Stuck on 70 degrees here in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Coming up on 7:12 here, Wisconsin's Morning News this Monday morning. One of our teammates here at Good Karma Brands. So that's Good Karma Brands here in Milwaukee. That's ESPN Milwaukee. That's 101.7 The Truth. And, of course, us here at WTMJ. Mm-hmm. She is working through a courageous battle with cancer. And we are supporting her here every day, obviously here in our company, but in particular this week. Cherie Harris is sharing her story, which not everybody likes to do. Not everybody's comfortable with. So I appreciate even that much that she is willing to be the subject of a number of stories this week and using that for good and a call to action so that we can support people like her who are doing the same thing.
July is Thrive Through Month for Good Karma Brands, and we are proud to share an encouraging story from The Truth's General Manager, Cherie Harris, of thriving through her breast cancer diagnosis.
What got me through this time was surrounding myself with positive people and just educating myself about cancer and making sure I know like the do's and don'ts with nutrition, making sure you get an accurate amount of sleep, and reaching out to my physicians whenever there's a problem or question that needs to be answered. The more you know, the better you know, and the more active you can be or proactive about your health care. And so that helped me through this time. Now, this is silly, but I'm going to say I'm a foodie. What got me through this was just cooking, and just that brings love to me. That brings love to my family and some normalcy, right? And so that brought me joy, and just going out for walks, just trying to live my best life doing that and making sure I say yes to going out and being around friends and hanging out with them and just being positive, because it is mind over matter. And I believe that the mind, the soul is going to help you do something troubling like cancer and recovery.
For someone who has a family member that's going through breast cancer or just any type of cancer, what are some things that you would recommend they do in order to be supportive?
I would say you don't have to make a grand gesture to let them know you're there. Sometimes a phone call just to check in like, hey, how's it going? I'm here for you. Sometimes asking people what they need is stressful. Just give them what you feel they need, whether it's a blanket, a care package, a candle, inspirational notebook, anything like that is going to bring light into their life. It's going to bring joy to their life because it's a positive gesture. It's a loving gesture.
Support our Thrive Through initiative by joining the 101.7 The Truth team on July 27th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Broken Bat Brewery in Milwaukee for a breast cancer research fundraiser.
Sports is coming up next. It's sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Hey, Wisconsin, Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Hey, go where summer leads you and drive inspired in the new Mazda car or crossover or Mazda certified pre-owned model that's right for you. The Season of Discovery sales event is where to gear up for your journey. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, while you experience Team Holiday's award-winning guest care and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that makes fans out of drivers from all over Wisconsin, and I'm one of them. Explore all that's new, including the first ever Mazda CX-90 and treat yourself to a test drive at Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer. It's #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award, recognizing excellence. Accolades are per Mazda North American Operations Performance and Zone Sales Records for 2022. Find yours and discover the difference during the Season of Discovery sales event at Holiday Mazda, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and online at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showings, the months it takes. But there's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will buy your home today completely as is. Call or visit grandviewhomes.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
Ozzie Albies hit a 3-run homer in the 8th inning to give the Atlanta Braves the 4-2 victory over the Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday afternoon. The Brewers dropping the game and the series to the league's best team over the weekend. With the loss, the Brewers are now just a half a game ahead of Cincinnati in the NL Central Division as they get set to host the Reds for a 3-game set that begins tonight over at American Family Field. Coverage will get underway here on WTMJ beginning at 6 p.m. with Brewers warm-up. The MLB trade deadline is nearing for the league. Could the deadline be something General Manager Matt Arnold and company look to use to add to their roster for the race for October?
Look, I think that we're always looking to upgrade responsibly here. You know, I think this team has earned that, and I think we're going to do what we can to add to this club. But you never know. I mean, the market, you know, I think with so many different, you know, options there now to get in the playoffs, I think that it's going to be harder to necessarily acquire the types of players that we want to try to get. But we're gonna give it a shot. You know, we certainly want to try to help this team, but we also feel like we have internal options. You know, guys like Sal Frelick, guys coming back, you know, like you said, Brandon Woodruff. We do think we have a number of different ways to help this club internally, but we're certainly going to explore those externally as well.
Arnold, who appeared on MLB Network Radio as the trade deadline is all set for August 1st. Over to the NFL as the Green Bay Packers will begin a new era beginning this week in Title Time with the start of their training camp. Aaron Rodgers is now gone, and Jordan Love is in. Despite the change at quarterback, though, the standard in Green Bay remains relatively high.
Goal is to, you know, win the NFC North and win the Super Bowl as always. That's the Packers' goal. You know, we set high standards, but I do think that, I don't know when it's going to show up or how it's going to show up, but the trust and love that we have and respect for one another that we built in the offseason, I think that'll help us win games, you know, in the future, win close games, win games where people don't think we should because we're going to fight just that much harder for each other.
Packers running back A.J. Dillon there as the rookies already reported to camp over the weekend, and the veterans are set to report Tuesday with a first practice set for July 26. And lastly, over to golf. As Brian Harman is waking up a British Open champion this morning, this after dominating all weekend long. He shot a 1-under par 70 on a rainy, ugly Sunday to close out his weekend and finish 13 under par for the tournament. The final 2 majors of the men's golf calendar have now produced a pair of first-time major champions in Harman and U.S. Open winner Wyndham Clark.
Man, a little wobbly out of the gates. I thought, oh, dude, you're not going to collapse. Can't be that kind of Sunday for you, man.
Or you watching him too, and you're like, you could feel that because you're a golfer, and you're just every shot you're like,
been that guy many times.
Yeah,
come on, yeah. Coming in with the lead. It can happen to anybody. 7:18 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Brewers fans, it's me, Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, here to tell you that you can now catch Brewers Extra Innings wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, and of course, WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. Every stat, every storyline, and of course, highlights from the games this season following the Brewers all year long. Catch Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank, right here on the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Hey, Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. It's peace of mind. I now have peace of mind. I don't have to think about it as much, thanks to you, Vince, for the suggestion. I got myself that worry-free roof tune-up, and I don't have to worry about maybe it's time to replace the roof because I don't need to.
Right. It's not time.
It's not
but
time.
You had some stuff going on.
I did have some stuff going on, and it could have been a lot worse really quickly had we not taken a look at it. Yes, Tri-County Contracting. They have this worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard Vince talk about it. This is when they go up to the roof, they take a look around, but they don't necessarily tell you, hey, you need a new roof. They go through and they do some things. They replace some damaged shingles. They refasten and seal some loose shingles. They put in some caulking in some different areas. And when they went up on my roof, they found holes in some of my shingles where we were seeing some major leaks into some of the structure there. It wasn't getting into the house, but it could have been a lot worse had we let it stay there. And that's from other contractors putting their ladders up on my roof and putting holes in it. So thankfully, the worry-free roof tune-up did it. I knew that it wasn't time for a new roof. The roof isn't quite there yet, but I knew it was time for this worry-free roof tune-up, and that's exactly what I did. Absolutely great. So happy that I got it done. TriCountyContractingWI.com is the website. Again, TriCountyContractingWI.com, 262-679-6100, TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Brookfield GMC has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, all bundled under the James Managed Print Services program. Brookfield GMC controller Jay Doyle.
They can track where the printer supplies are, the toner supply is getting down or low, and then they'll ship us a new toner.
And there's more. James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services also includes parts and service.
Exactly, yes. We had a fuser go out in one of our printers, and they came out and replaced that right away. So repair and our supplies are maintained.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. All your document output devices, service, supplies, and parts wrapped up in one low monthly invoice. Now that's a good value.
It's a big value because of all the services.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Checking in the Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic Center with Adam Roberts.
Thank you, Vince. And looks like we've got some volume again on 43. This is actually just north of the primary construction zone between North and Keefe. We're starting to see it right around Capitol Drive right now. That is heading southbound towards the Marquette, so that might just add a minute extra as you head in from Brown Deer. Also, that volume still around Watertown Plank Road on 41, just north of the zoo. And other than that, we are looking great for a Monday morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Getting hot this week. Today, high of 88 degrees away from the lake. A little bit cooler by Lake Michigan under mostly sunny and hazy skies. And then a slight chance of showers tonight with a low down to 71 for your Tuesday, high of 88 degrees, even more humid with another slight chance of showers. Right now it's 70 in Milwaukee. Show opening this week, Greendale Community Theater in Greendale.
I was waiting for you to say someplace else.
Yes. What's interesting about this is the show covers sort of a controversial area or genre that sort of mirrors exactly what our communities, our schools are debating right now surrounding LGBTQ plus issues, conservative versus liberal, power of school boards rising up, butting heads then sometimes with educators, sometimes with students. Greendale Community Theater is putting on a show. It's called The Prom. So it's funny. It's like a comedy.
She said yes.
Yeah, there's some deep stuff in there, but the funny and fun parts of the show are set around a high school prom. So you have these promposals, one of which you heard there in that number. They get pretty outrageous. Added to the drama, though, comes the full story. It's a Broadway show that sort of pans Broadway itself.
I'm playing Barry Glickman. I am one of the Broadway stars that comes to be a celebrity activist in Littletown, Indiana.
Apparently that doesn't go very well, right?
No, it doesn't. We try to help, and we end up making it a lot worse. It's a very fun story that just makes you feel great.
So that's Robbie McGee. You heard him say he plays Barry Glickman. Quick synopsis here. Conservative small town decides to cancel prom rather than allow a girl to bring her girlfriend to prom.
Ah, okay.
So, all right, prom's off then. And a bunch of these Broadway actors who are trying to improve their images decide they're going to go in and help. They're going to educate this small town on the issue, right?
It
okay,
goes over great.
Yeah. So here again, Robbie McGee on that.
This show is written very well, in that nobody is going to be feeling bad about themselves by the people on stage, because they've done it in a way where the people from Broadway from liberal Broadway that come to conservative small town Indiana. I call it overcorrecting. They do it in such a way where they embarrass themselves by trying to quote unquote shame the small town Indiana. And it's done in a way that's humorous where we look foolish. If your opinion is too strong, you're going to look silly. So we should just laugh at ourselves. I have to admit I am a woke individual, but I can understand that I make the unwoke people very, very full of laughter because of who I am, and vice versa.
So everybody's welcome at the show, right? Of all walks and ideologies.
That is the message of the show. Everyone is welcome.
So full disclosure, Eric, my daughter Ella, she's leaving in 5 weeks to pursue musical theater in New York.
There we go.
A bunch of her high school classmates or recent graduates are also part of the show. It's one of the reasons I love community theater, because they're going to get a chance to act alongside people like Robbie, who's done professional theater as well. The Prom opened on Broadway in 2018, was also a movie. And just on community theater in general, on that point, this is good stuff. Robbie acts both professionally for paid gigs and then still does theater like this as well. He said it's really special to have these kind of things in our community.
If you haven't come to see a community theater production, come to Greendale Community Theater, because you're going to see your cashier from the grocery store, your bank teller at your local bank. You're going to see your recruiter at work in HR up on stage, and they're going to be having so much fun. And at Greendale, they do it best. From lighting to sound to costumes to dance, it's just a remarkable piece of theater. And to know that these are people from your community is awesome.
Go big or you blow it.
So the show is The Prom. It opens July 27th, runs this weekend and next as well. All shows just $18 for adults, $15 for students and seniors. GreendaleTheater.org for tickets, show times, and more information.
That's a night below.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 35,228 on Friday. The NASDAQ was up about 28 points to 14,091. S&P 500 up just a point and a half or so to 4536. For a deeper dive on the markets, listen to the Annex Wealth Management SWAT podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. R&R Insurance does an exceptional job providing employee benefits to all of us here at Good Karma Brands. About this time of year, companies start planning for fall open enrollment. Here's Jeff Selesinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Hi, Vince. Healthcare costs continue to rise, and businesses can act now to help control costs. To optimize your premium dollars, businesses need data and other benchmarking insights to help you gauge how competitive your employee benefits program is in the marketplace. You should not have to be a Fortune 100 company to gain access to your data and other benchmarking reports that can save your business money.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
At R&R, our in-house analytic experts serve as an extension of your team. We quickly assess if your plan is functioning the way it was designed and whether your self-funded, level-funded, or fully insured plan is best for your business. Our data and analytics will help you make informed decisions. No more looking in the rearview mirror. At R&R Insurance, we know employee benefits.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through August 2nd, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like select Best Air 2000 Series furnace filters, just $24.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. All Blazer trailer lighting is 10% off for rewards members. And all Michelin or BF Goodrich tires are on sale with an extra $70 instant savings when you buy 4.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim Pop, President and CEO of Johnson Financial Group. At JFG, we make it a point to invest in and support the communities we serve. And our flagship location at the top of Cathedral Place is a perfect example of that commitment. Our associates absolutely love the energy, the activities, and the connections they're able to make by being downtown. It's a great time to be in the city of Milwaukee, and I encourage all of you to experience it for yourself. Check it out at MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
At Staples, school savings are always in session, from art supplies and essentials to the latest tech. In stock and priced low. School on, save on at your local Staples store.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
It's 7:30. I'm Adam Roberts. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Monday, July 24th. Your top story: talks underway over Travis King's future. Quick check of the roads. It's your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Build-up starting to form on 43 southbound right around Capitol Drive. It's adding a couple of extra minutes to your drive, and also by the Stadium interchange as well. It's currently 71.
The Biden administration has set a midday deadline for Texas officials to respond to an order to remove the 1,000-foot string of buoys intended to keep migrants from swimming to the U.S. Mexico suggesting that the device violates a 70-year-old treaty between the two countries. 40 million Americans are under heat alerts this morning, and the blistering temperatures are now spreading into the Midwest and Great Plains. ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Record heat also gripping Europe, fueling wildfires. A record 19,000 tourists have been forced to flee the Greek island of Rhodes, escaping by plane or boat. And today, new evacuations on the island of Corfu.
We have never been so scared my entire life.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released from the hospital with a new pacemaker installed. He is at Parliament right now for today's vote on whether the Israeli judiciary system should be overhauled. Hundreds of thousands of people have been protesting across the country against the move. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 7:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, talks over U.S. soldier Travis King, who ran into North Korea last week, are underway, according to officials with the United Nations. Deputy Commander of the UN Commanding Korea, Lieutenant General Andrew Harrison, is hopeful these dialogues will lead to a positive outcome.
None of us know where this is going to end, so I'm in life an optimist. I remain optimistic, but again, I'll leave that there.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stahel is calling for Travis King to be brought home. He tells WTMJ his office is working to assist the Defense Department in the matter.
It's a concerning situation. The circumstances of how this individual ended up there, I think, is still being explored. But ultimately, he's still a United States soldier, and I think it's absolutely imperative we work to make sure we bring him home.
King's family has called for the military to bring King back to the States. 2 people remain in critical condition this morning following a double shooting in downtown Milwaukee overnight. Police say 2 men were injured in the shooting, occurred near Edison and Highland just after midnight. Unknown suspects are being searched for this morning. A tactical situation at a Super 8 in Delavan has been resolved. Police responded to the motel near East Geneva and Borg Road Sunday. A man had barricaded himself inside the motel and was having a mental crisis. Authorities had evacuated several businesses as a precaution near the motel. We're expecting more details this morning from the Delavan Police Department. A reporter covering Country Thunder's opening night in Twin Lakes Thursday says she was yelled at and subjected to a racist slur. TMJ4's Taylor Lumpkin says a person came up to her while reporting on the event unprovoked and called her the slur twice. 1017 The Truth's Telly Hughes tells Wisconsin's Morning News he sees a trend when it comes to these types of incidents.
These things should not be swept under the rug, and I think that's been the problem. And then when it does come to the surface, it's, hey, let's start the conversation. How long have we been starting the conversation?
Country Thunder's Code of Conduct says fans are entitled to enjoy the experience free from disruptive or inconsiderate behaviors or unruly actions. And a retired TV broadcast engineer from Madison prevailed Saturday night in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest. Garrett Marshall winning the competition in Key West, Florida on his 11th attempt, triumphing over nearly 140 other lookalikes to the legendary author. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Coming up, Jamie Foxx gets emotional. First time we've heard from him since his lengthy hospitalization. That story is coming up next.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
This is Jim Griffin. Are you ready for an unforgettable summer? Start it off right with Griffin's Sizzlin' Service Specials for $129.95. We got you covered whether you're a new or existing customer. We'll change your oil, ensuring your engine performs the best in the scorching summer heat. Our expert technicians will also inspect and rotate your tires, enhance their lifespan, and keep you safe and on the road. But that's not all. We'll check your battery and air filter, ensuring optimal power and clean airflow for a comfortable driving experience. Our expert team will give your vehicle a complete multi-point inspection, leaving no stones unturned. We'll make sure every system is in tip-top shape, giving you peace of mind on those long road trips. And guess what? We'll even take care of your AC to ensure it's blowing refreshing and cool air when you need it the most. Don't forget those wiper blades. We'll change them for you so you can maintain clear visibility during those summer showers and sudden downpours. Grab our sizzling summer specials for just $129.95 at any of our 5 Griffin dealerships.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
If Hasselus Mattress is employee-free, then who are you?
I'm the all-knowing voice that oversees the inner workings of the Hasselus empire.
Really?
Nah, I'm just the manager.
But your stores don't have employees.
Right. Try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
So you manage showrooms with nobody to manage.
That's why I've been named Manager of the Month for 97 consecutive months.
Congratulations.
No employees means lower prices. Our 34 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Free next day delivery too.
Nice.
Hey, I've got an idea. I'll give away free box springs with the purchase of a new Beautyrest, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Sealy Posturepedic mattress now through Monday.
You can do that?
Sure.
Won't the boss get mad?
What boss?
Oh, right.
Get a free box spring with your new Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beautyrest mattress now through Monday at Hasselus. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Packers open training camp this week. Brandon Snide has sports coming up at 7:45.
Jamie Foxx is on the mend. So the Oscar winner has been basically non-existent since April. Actor was hospitalized. No one knew what was wrong with him.
Didn't know what was up, right?
Rumors were all across the board that he was blind, that he was on death's door. He's now posting a video on Instagram.
I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well. But I'm coming back, and I'm able to work. So I want to thank the people that let me work, and I just want to say that I love everybody, and I love all of the love that I got.
It's pretty interesting. He said he went through something that he thought he'd never go through. He says, I know a lot of people were waiting for updates, but to be honest, I didn't want you to see me with all these tubes in me and whatnot. Says he never expected it. Didn't say what it was. And he said that kind of got out of hand a little bit. He's like, you guys thought I was blind. You thought I was paralyzed, all this different stuff.
Right.
And to his credit, that's his business. He still has not said exactly what his deal was, but he is on the mend and doing better.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Shop Steinhoffel's Beautyrest Black Mattresses. Queens start at just $49 per month when you use Steinhoffel's special 72-month financing. Plus, you get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Steinhoffel's is your sleep solution destination. Steinhoffel's Furniture and Mattress Superstores has something for everyone. Shop great deals on quality living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, mattresses, and more. Plus, you can use Steinhoffel's special financing. Relax and start your shopping on steinhoffels.com today.
While the warm weather has you feeling like new, get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield. Whether you're saving up for something big or just for a rainy day, Old National is here for you. Earn 5.00% APY with our limited time 12-month introductory money market offer. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 not on deposit at Old National as of April 14th, 2023. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Don't give in to that constant joint pain. Take control. Take back your quality of life today with help from QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Greg Matzik. QC Kinetics is helping people every day here in Milwaukee and across the country with their amazing non-surgical treatments that repair and restore damaged joint tissue. They use the latest advances in regenerative medicine, taking your own body's healing agents and concentrating them right in the area where you have the agonizing pain. It's incredible and a non-invasive approach that will help you take back back control of your body, relieving the pain in knees, hips, shoulder, or back. No invasive surgery, no harmful drugs or steroids, and no downtime. Hey, summertime should be about having fun, making memories. Take control now and start living pain-free again. Call now for a free consultation with QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
Come celebrate Germanfest, Milwaukee's original house party, this weekend. Authentic German food, beer, and steel timber sports competition. For more on Germanfest, visit germanfest.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Milwaukee's Germanfest, Deutsche Fest. This weekend, make it your tradition. Adam, what do you see on the roads?
Well, Vince, not a whole lot, except for on 43 southbound, north of Capitol, roughly to about Silver Spring. We are starting to see a bit of slowdown as you head into downtown. Also some slowness in the construction zone north of North Avenue to Capitol if you head in the opposite direction. But right now the southbound area is where the slowness lives, and it's adding about an extra 6 minutes or so to your drive from Brown Deer to the Marquette. Also, some slowdowns near Watertown Plank Road on 41 northbound, and the Stadium interchange also starting to get a little slow as you head west on 94. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies today, but a little bit of wildfire smoke back in the air. Warm, high temperature of 84 in Milwaukee, 88 degrees inland. For tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers, a low of 71. Now Tuesday, partly cloudy, very warm, more humid, slight chance of showers, a high of 88. Wednesday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, chance of showers and storms, a high up to 91. And Thursday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high of 94 degrees. Friday, partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, and a high of 83. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
We've been stuck on 70 degrees for the morning, and that's where we are right now in Milwaukee. The hot one out at the club at Lac La Belle today.
That's right.
The WTMJ Classic is here today, and
they're rolling the greens right now, probably, right?
I'm sure, right? They've been running at 12, 13, 14.
Yes.
Right, now,
yes, sir.
It's really less about the golf today in the WTMJ Classic. So we'll engage with all of you today. Comes your opportunity to bid on a whole bunch of awesome items up for auction. And all of our efforts today will benefit Best Buddies Wisconsin. So you can be a part of our fun today by visiting WTMJ.com. Or text the word BID to the Old National Bank talk and text line. That's 855-616-1620. WTMJ Classic, and give me a moment to thank all of our partners who are helping raise money for Best Buddies Wisconsin. Club at Lac La Belle, Three Tree Marketing, Sit Means Sit Dog Training, Johnson & Sons Paving, Fifth Third Bank, Evans Transportation, Dave Dracamp Heating and Cooling, Griffin Automotive Group, Gruber Law Offices, Welke's, Milwaukee's Florist, Lazy Pour, and CBRE Wisconsin. The WTMJ Classic will be broadcasting live from Oconomowoc just after Wisconsin's morning news.
Greg Matzik for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, where the summer road trip sale continues. It's where to gear up, score enticing offers, and get more for your trade on a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or GM certified pre-owned model. Experience Team Holiday's award-winning guest care and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that makes fans of drivers from all over Wisconsin, and I'm one of them. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Matt had just moved into his first apartment and needed furniture to fill it, but he didn't have a big credit line. So I told him about St. Vincent de Paul. There's always a nice selection of gently used furniture there, and sometimes you can find some really cool retro pieces. And the best part is, it's always super affordable. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores for first-time furniture buyers or anyone looking for great deals on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showings, the months it takes. But there's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will buy your home today completely as is. Call or visit grandviewhomes.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The Milwaukee Brewers dropped the game and the series Sunday afternoon to the Atlanta Braves. This one by a final score of 4-2. The Crews battle for the NL Central continues on this week as they welcome in Cincinnati tonight to begin a 3-game series. Milwaukee currently holding a half-game lead in the division over the Reds. That first pitch is set for 7:10. Our coverage will begin right here on WTMJ with Brewers warm-up beginning at 6 p.m.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Holiday Automotive. And on Mondays, it's Brewers broadcaster Sophia Minute with us. Happy belated birthday, Sophia. Sorry we all missed it yesterday.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Are you one of the? Are you a big celebrate my birthday kind of person? Because we've talked about it on the show. I am not.
Vince would refuse to ever even acknowledge his birthday exists.
I would prefer nobody knows. We keep it a secret all day. It's just fine.
It's really hard to do. I agree with you. It's kind of funny. Bench coach Pat Murphy, he likes to give sort of these anti-birthday speeches, of like, jokingly of, once you're, 5 or 8 or basically anything after the age of 10, it's like, you should move on from the birthday.
Yes.
And, so he kind of gives this little spiel and then of course he comes around and he says happy birthday. So,
right.
It was a really nice day. And, those people were very kind.
So Sal Frelick had himself a day on Saturday, brought up and just won, 3 for 3, had that big sack fly, had a couple of great catches. And I love this story about his mother. And you talked to his parents, I know. So his mom couldn't make the game on Saturday.
Major League debut.
Because of the family dog?
Yeah, I think I don't think people realize like how quickly these things happen. Sal was told after the game Friday night with the AAA team with Nashville. So he got the news pretty late, and he was on a flight early Saturday to go to Chicago and then took a car to Milwaukee to get there for the game. And so he's from the Boston area. All of his family is there. So, yeah, dad, brother, sister, some friends were able to make it. I think he had 8 people there Saturday for the debut. And unfortunately, Mom Patty, you know how moms are. They're very selfless. She said, well, I'll stay with the dog until another friend could come and watch the dog. She had some people over to watch the game on Saturday, from what I understand, and she was very emotionally, watching the game like everybody else. And then she was able to make it on a flight from Boston early yesterday morning. So she was there for the game. She was thrilled. Gino, the dog, is fine. He is being well taken care of. So, yeah, I mean, logistically, there's a lot that goes into, I think we all know the challenges of like travel and schedules these days. So, Mom Patty, she made it.
I can totally relate to that, though, because we have a dog, and occasionally it's like the last thing you even think of. Like, we're doing this trip, and like, wait,
right.
What are we doing with the dog next weekend? And you have to figure it out. She had a day to do it. I'm glad she made it yesterday anyway.
Yeah, and they're going to stick around for a couple days for the Red Series, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of them here the rest of the way.
So I know this happens because you have a debut like that. Guys, when they come up, typically will have their ups and downs. So you'd have to think he's going to go through a stretch here, and the trick is just that he doesn't get discouraged, right, Sophia?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look what Sal did for his debut. That's a dream. I mean, look, that's a 3-hit day with 2 RBIs and a couple of great defensive plays. That's a fabulous day for any big leaguer, whether you're Christian Yelich or whether you're Sal Frelick, your first day in the league. So, he's the 8th rookie to make his debut this year. We've seen it with all of them. This is a story that happens every baseball season. There are a lot of ups and downs, and he's going to be challenged. He's going to make mistakes. There's going to be some slumps in there, and you hope that they learn and they figure it out, and you hope that there's a lot of success in there too.
Brewers and Reds tonight in the battle for first place in the National League Central. Thanks, Sophia.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
7:10 first pitch at American Family Field. 7:49 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Oh, put me Green card.
No, he's not going to put you in the lineup. But luckily, this is the closest you can get to the skipper himself.
I mean, Robin is the all-time Brewer for sure.
Greg Council, every Tuesday on Wisconsin's Morning News at 7:45.
Willie is, I think, a player that, is capable of taking down some of the things that Robin has done.
This is Brewers 360, presented by Holiday Automotive and Outdoor Living Unlimited.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Treat yourself to a new shower this summer. Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you over. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
Is your business looking for localized banking solutions? Fifth Third Bank has been looking forward to the future and helping businesses shape what's next for 165 years. And for the last 14 here in Milwaukee, they offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making capabilities, and extensive experience to help your business succeed. Fifth Third is big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, but also empowered to make local decisions and work from a foundation of strong community connections. Commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Oh, you forgot to clean out your backpack since school ended? Oh, rotten.
Let's make our windows.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
Kajinatawa from Pella.
Well, we can't do anything about rotten lunches. Pella's lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Visit PellaWI.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Adam Roberts. He's been watching the roads here with Debbie off.
We are backed up on 43 southbound from about Locust all the way up to Silver Spring. You'll particularly notice it as you head towards Capitol Drive. That is slocking things down to 20 minutes from Brown Deer into the Marquette. That's an extra 10 minutes right now on your drive. Also on 94 westbound from about 27th Street to the Stadium Interchange, we're starting to see a big pump on the brakes in that sector of the freeway. That's adding an extra 4 minutes on your drive from downtown to the zoo. And Watertown Plank Road, the area on 41 northbound by that intersection remains pretty busy as well. Hey, if you're out on the roads and you see something we should know about in the traffic center, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line. That number is 414-238-9329. Rediscover the road at Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Discovery. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. We got a high of 88 degrees today, a bit cooler near the lake under hazy and warm conditions, and then partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, low down to 71. Very warm tomorrow, more humid even, slight chance of showers and a high of 88 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, hot and humid with a chance of thunderstorms and a high of 91. Not done yet. Thursday's high 94 under mostly sunny skies. Right now it's 71 in Milwaukee. Mark Tauscher is off today, but we'll talk a little bit of Green Bay Packers this morning. I don't know how they're going to proceed today, Eric.
What's that?
In my absence as a team owner, apparently the Packers are going ahead with the annual shareholders meeting.
You're right, this morning.
I called Mark Murphy, I don't know how many times. He doesn't return my call.
Hey, Murph, I just wanted to let you know I'm not going to be there.
We're going to have to change the date on this. We've got our WTMJ Classic today, not going to be able to make it up to Green Bay, and as an owner, I would think that you would move the meeting to a time that's more convenient for me. What do we have now? Like 50,000 owners or something like that, shareholders. So today is the big shareholders meeting in Green Bay for the likes of us who've bought into a portion of ownership for the team. Gates to Lambeau Field open at 9 a.m. The meeting's at 11 o'clock. I've only recently become an owner, Eric. Something I wanted to do for a long time, just never pulled the trigger.
I understand.
So the last go around, what was that? Like, not this most recent holiday season, but just before that, right? It was coming back around where you could buy in.
That was your first time getting in?
Yeah, and we did. And I'm glad I did. I know text me and tell me you're an idiot. It's just a piece of paper. Means something to me.
You're proud of it. You got it up on the wall, right?
Yeah, and I got to go to the shareholders meeting last year, and I really enjoyed it. As a first-timer, I didn't go as a reporter. I wanted to go just like everybody else as a shareholder, and I want to bring you some of that. Okay, here we are, 1265 Lombardi Avenue, Green Bay. Sorry, can't talk, guy. I got real late for a meeting. I'll see you in there. You guys are first-time owners?
Yes, absolutely.
What's your name?
Ted.
Amy?
Where do you think our office is? I'll remember you guys. Maybe we're right next to each other?
We might be. I'm not sure.
Right next to the owners. That's where our office is, right?
We are the owners.
That's true.
Wait, screen. You're in. Have a good time.
All right, they didn't start without me, did they? Right, they wouldn't.
They did,
right.
chew them out.
Okay, yeah.
All the land to the
I'm sorry I'm late for the meeting. Yeah, sorry. I can't believe they started. Yeah, appreciate it.
Here's the reality. We have a lot of noon home games. We're a team. It's also, you leave schedule it. It's nice to have so many home games late in the season. I think you want to be playing your best football at the end of the season and hopefully build that going into a playoff run.
New team owner, first time coming to the meeting. When does someone show me my office?
I'm sorry, can't help you with that question, but I can direct you to a person who probably could help you out.
Someone can help me find my office?
Yes.
Where do you think? Was it across the street, you think? Or?
I think so. If you go a couple of blocks that way.
Way across the street.
Have experience and donations.
Okay, this is the Packers treasurer right now giving the financial update. Treasurer's report. Seen a lot of people head for the concession stand at this point. Too interested in the math. It looks like we're drinking some beers here at the meeting. Is that okay?
We were patient. It was a meeting. We were businesslike.
Is this how we roll as owners?
Oh, you know it. That's what we do.
You're saying I'm not allowed on the field?
Right.
Well, we haven't met yet. I'm a new owner. My name's Vin. Your name's Mike. I'll remember that, Mike. We're not off to a good start here.
No. We're trying to figure this out.
That's a good guy. Your name is?
My name's Vince. I'm new team owner this year, Steve.
Vince?
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a team owner. Absolutely.
What do I need to know today?
You need to know that you're in a huge family, first and foremost. And the people that think we just bought a piece of paper don't get it.
Hey, how about when the audit committee guy got up there? That was pretty interesting.
Yes, it was.
Oh, was it? Come on.
No, it is good to, being an outsider, getting all that information that is not really normally shared with the public, to be able to hear all those details. It's amazing.
Are we allowed to talk about it even? Or tell anybody? I don't know.
We'll keep it between us.
Okay, you got it. When did they show us to our office?
This is it. Lambeau Field, that's our office. You get to come in Lambeau Field.
We got the best team. Go Pack! Break it down.
Oh, I just love my Green Bay Packers.
Packers annual shareholder meeting, 11 a.m. at Lambeau Field. One of my takeaways, though, I kind of joked about it, was it kind of has a little meeting. Like board of directors, guys are up there.
They do some of that stuff.
Treasurer
right?
guy gets up there and is like, yeah, well, here's what we have. This lady who's in charge of that, she gets up and says a whole bunch of boring stuff. We don't care about, right?
I got
right. Minutes approved, right? So they do a little bit of actual league team business that's fairly benign and not interesting. But it's good to see one time.
11:08 today. Here we go.
7:58 on Wisconsin's Morning News again. Mark Tauscher out for a couple of days, but please listen anyway. Business headlines are up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Sean Ryan.
Although it is still operating, the Wisconsin International Academy on Blue Mound Road in Wauwatosa will be sold this year. Once the school's lease expires, that site could be redeveloped with apartments. Home sales are down statewide, but the tight market with few homes listed for sale means prices were still up nearly 9% in June compared with 2022. The long-vacant former Boston Store Furniture Gallery on Blue Mound Road in Brookfield is to be converted into co-working offices by April. That would make room for about 300 workstations. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for LAK Group. No, actually, I'm going to see Milstead today. The Mikes, Mike Milstead, Mike Grubich. Both,
At the Classic?
Partners. Mike
Excellent.
Milstead is playing golf with us today in
Great.
the WTMJ Classic. He and Grubich have a new book coming out. It can help anybody. I don't care what. Yeah, are you looking for a new career? Are you looking for more fulfillment in the career that you have? Are you a manager of people? Are you a worker bee? Just there's stuff in there for everyone in this book. I'll be talking about that in the coming weeks. But right now we're talking about agile leaders. And these are people who inspire, they're agents of change, and they can drive organizational improvement. They can also help attract talent and positivity to impact your business outcomes. And LAK can help you and your business create agile leaders. They offer custom leadership development programs that are tailored to your organization's mission. They can take you from good to great. Learn more about the leadership development programs by visiting transformingcareers.com. LAK Group, discover your human advantage.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Kohler Services. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Interested in a career change with purpose and have a passion for giving back to the community? Choose a fulfilling career that helps other individuals, small businesses, and local nonprofits. Ritz Holman is a privately owned CPA firm looking for talented CPA professionals who are dedicated to being an active, vibrant member of the Southeast Wisconsin community. Ritz Holman maintains a genuine interest in each one of their clients and team members. Join the Ritz Holman team and learn more at ritzholman.com.
An evening with Bruce Hornsby.
That's just the way it is.
The Spirit Trail 25th Anniversary Tour.
Some things will never change.
October 17th at the Pabst Theater. An intimate solo performance from Bruce Hornsby.
Sneaking up on Boo Radley.
Hear selections from Spirit Trail and other favorites. Tickets on sale now at PabstTheaterGroup.com.
Heard it work? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to TaybackAttorneys.com.
Keeping you informed, keeping you safe, keeping you engaged and entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:02, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Monday, July 24th. Our top story, trying to secure a deal for an Army private.
I'm Eric Bilstead. I hope your AC works.
I'm Adam Roberts. We have one incident right now just as you're heading into the zoo on 894, I guess I should say. That's right by the ramp beyond Greenfield Avenue. We got a car, a white vehicle nestled into the traffic barrels as you head towards 94 east from the zoo. Not impacting travel times, but it is pretty close to the road, so be mindful of that if you're heading on 894 into the zoo. Also slow on 43 both north and south right now through the construction zone. It's 20 minutes from Brown Deer to downtown. That's an extra 10 and about 17 in the opposite direction. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 88 degrees today in your Storm Team forecast. Bit cooler near the lake, under hazy and sunny skies. And partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers tonight, low down to 71. Right now at 71 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, talks over U.S. soldier Travis King, who ran into North Korea last week. They are underway, according to a United Nations military official. Deputy Commander of the UN Command in Korea, Lieutenant General Andrew Harrison, hopeful these dialogues will lead to a positive outcome.
None of us know where this is going to end, so I'm in life an optimist. I remain optimistic, but again, I'll leave that there.
Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stile, our 1st Congressional District, calling for Travis King to be brought home. He tells WTMJ4 his office is working to assist the Defense Department in bringing King back.
It's a concerning situation. The circumstances of how this individual ended up there, I think, is still being explored. But ultimately, he's still a United States soldier, and I think it's absolutely imperative we work to make sure we bring him home.
King's family has called for the military to bring him back to the States.
2 people are in critical condition this morning following a double shooting in downtown Milwaukee. This happened near Edison and Highland just after midnight. No one is in custody.
A reporter covering Country Thunder's opening night in Twin Lakes says she was yelled at and subjected to a racist slur. TMJ4's Taylor Lumpkin said that a person came up to her while she was reporting on the event, said it was unprovoked, called her the slur twice. 101.7 The Truth, Telly Hughes telling Wisconsin's Morning News. We asked him about this being a news story. He says it's a trend when it comes to these types of incidents.
These things should not be swept under the rug. And I think that's been the problem. And then when it does come to the surface, it's, hey, let's start the conversation. How long have we been starting the conversation?
Country Thunder's code of conduct says fans are entitled to enjoy the Country Thunder experience free from disruptive or inconsiderate behaviors or unruly actions.
The record-shattering heat wave continues from coast to coast. The middle of the country now bracing for triple-digit temps. 40 million people under heat alerts. With the rising temps comes soaring electric bills. Some estimates utility bills up nearly 12% this summer. Power grids in hard-hit states are holding up for now. Now, Bernard McAnamy is the former commissioner of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission.
The grid is starting to be stressed in that there's not enough dispatchable generation to keep the lights on the hottest days of the year or the coldest days.
It's going to get warm around here as well. The complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in 5 minutes.
And coming up next, a battle brewing over buoys. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures now open Saturdays 10 to 4.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With the weather getting warmer, our prices get even hotter. When you visit our showroom, you'll see all the finest brands of lights and ceiling fans. BBC is Wisconsin's largest supplier to new home builders, contractors, and designers. And we display all the famous brands such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Hubbard & Forge, and hundreds more. Our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturday from 10 to 4. We are located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Make your next family trip one for the history books at Old World, Wisconsin. Set against the natural beauty of the Kettle Moraine State Forest, you'll enter a one-of-a-kind place where the modern world fades away. Explore authentically restored homes, farms, stores, and workshops representing more than a century of Wisconsin history. Meet heritage farm animals, visit a one-room schoolhouse, lend a hand in the blacksmith shop, ride a high-wheel bicycle, and so much more. Travel through time and the stories of America's heartland. Get your tickets at oldworldwisconsin.wisconsinhistory.org.
Your first time biking to work. Your new helmet? Secure. Your bike? Road ready. You got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So even if down the road that bike needs a little maintenance, at least your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott and President Joe Biden appear to be headed to a battle in federal court over that state's use of buoys in the Rio Grande. It's part of border security efforts. Reporter Chris Fox in Austin.
Governor Abbott received a letter from the DOJ warning that the buoy barriers recently deployed in the Rio Grande are unlawful, present serious risks to public safety, and interfere with the Fed's duties along the border. Governor Abbott responded on social media saying, "We will see you in court, Mr. President," and Texas will continue to deploy every strategy to respond to this crisis. So far, 1,000 feet of buoys are strung down the Rio Grande and Eagle Pass.
This is a barrier that will slow down and reduce the number of people who will even be able to make it past that particular barrier.
Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
Along the Milwaukee lakefront over the weekend, there were barrel rolls, hammerhead turns, and loop-de-loops.
Susan Dacey is one of the only female pilots who performed at the Air and Water Show. She tells WTMJ what inspired her career in aviation.
I went to an air show in Rockford, Illinois, which was the precursor to the EAA, and saw a large biplane flying, and that just really stuck with me.
Dacey is retired from over 38 years of flying commercial commercial aircraft and calls her beloved Stearman biplane Big Red.
Started as a military trainer for World War II in the Army Air Corps, and afterwards the airplane was found to be very suitable as an excellent crop duster.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:09.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
You're just going to have to live with it. That's what I told myself. And if you can believe it, that's what the doctors told me.
Since Andy was a boy, he had health issues, which later we would find were primarily due to his trouble breathing. So for 36 years, Andy lived with about 85% blockage in his nose. He had to breathe through his mouth, because when he tried to breathe through his nose, it felt like he was being suffocated. It affected his sleep, his work life, and his ability to play sports. And he wasn't going to let it ruin his life anymore. So he came to Advent. As bad as it was, his problem required a simple solution. In-office balloon sinuplasty and turbinate reduction. Procedures you won't find offered by big box healthcare. This is Dr. Madan Kandula. It's definitely possible that your nasal breathing problems have a simple solution too. You can hear Andy's story in his own words at adventknowsandy.com and begin on your path to breathing well and living better.
Results may vary. Hey, it's Rose Gray at Fox World Travel. Don't forget the Fox exclusive early booking sale with Apple Vacations is going on now with the nonstop flights to get you there. Don't miss out on the nation's largest all-inclusive sale. Contact Fox World Travel today.
Checking in with Adam Roberts. He's been watching the roads for us.
And I come bearing good news, Vince, for drivers on 894 North as you head into the zoo. We had a broken down vehicle that was very close to traffic on the on-ramp to 94 East, but the squads and the trailer have done their work, and that has now been cleared out of the way. It's a smooth ride into the zoo. Same cannot be said as you're heading on 43 North and South through the construction zone, where the delays continue. We've got them running up to Hampton, all the way from the Marquette. It's looking like an extra 5 minutes to get from Brown Deer into downtown and an extra 3 or 4 as you head north. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny, hazy, and warm today. High of 88 degrees, 84 at the lake. Low temperature only down to 71 tonight with a slight chance of showers. We're at 73 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Just about 12 minutes after 8 on this Monday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. Eric Bilstead and Vince Vitrano here with you until 9 o'clock.
All right, I'm going to play a sound for you. Do you have any idea of what this sound is? You ready?
Yes.
Would you like to hear it again?
Yes, because it sounds cool. I'll give it this, and I know because you played it for me earlier. I didn't know at the time. I'll give it this. It kind of sounds like it looks.
Ooh, yeah,
right?
maybe.
A little onomatopoeia. Is that the word for that?
Okay.
Something that sounds like it looks.
Sure,
or...
yep. That's what you'd expect it to sound like if you saw it before you heard it. That is the sound of Twitter unveiling its new logo / name, X. Yeah, it's time to we need to do it. We need to get to a Muskwatch.
Why are you laughing at me?
All right. Muskwatch for Monday, July 24th. The splashy sound you just heard. That's right, that splashy sound. There it is. One more time.
Keep that thing queued up. I see a lot of uses for that on this program.
That is the sound of major change coming to Twitter. In X is replacing the iconic blue bird logo, and it's already happened. So on the website, anyway, if you go to twitter.com, instead of the little blue bird logo in the little top left corner, it's the X.
I'm doing it right now.
So, but I haven't seen it change yet on my phone, but it's on the website.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Owner Elon Musk tweeting that soon we shall bid adieu to the Twitter brand and gradually all the birds. So he's getting rid of it. It's time. They're changing the brand, and they're calling it X. The new CEO, Linda Yaccarino, says this. X is the future state of unlimited interactivity, centered in audio, video, messaging, payments, banking, creating a global marketplace for ideas, goods, services, and opportunities powered by AI. X will
I can't even
connect
hear
us
it anymore.
all the way. It actually sounds like just the internet.
Right.
That's the internet.
Some sort of corporate word salad.
So there's some questions about it and some critiques. Here's what some are saying about this new X idea.
One tech journalist questioning this latest move, tweeting, rebranding HBO to Max was the dumbest rebrand in recent history. Elon, hold my beer, and or whatever is being partaken at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So he liked it. Not as smart.
Hold my beer.
Dumbest rebrand in recent history.
Hold my beer.
I don't know what to make it.
There you go. Yeah, so now it'll be called X. So it's a rebrand. This stuff doesn't always work, obviously. Not sure if it's needed per se.
Yeah, what's the why here?
Well, because you want to tear the Band-Aid off and stop being compared to what once was and move forward to this new era of X and X's and exercises and expressions. I don't know what you're going to call it.
I have a saying. I say this all the time. I should trademark this. It's like you can reinvent the wheel. People, it's reinventing the wheel. I can make you 4 wheels that are squares. It's different. It don't work. But hey, we're different.
Yeah, you're right.
Difference not all, changing things just to change them.
That I agree with. Here's the thing that I keep thinking of. If you go to x.com, don't worry, you can. X.com, it comes up as Twitter. So what do you think of when you think of X? All I think of is... I mean, what, triple X? Is that like if you're going to upgrade your subscription?
You mean X.com wasn't taken?
Mom, I swear, it's a social media site.
I'm seeing all this X in your what did they say, feed? What are all these X's here? I know what X is. Your father and I.
It just doesn't seem like that's the perfect thing to go with.
Hold my beer.
So, okay, a couple other little nuggets and notes on this. So other apps have tried to do this, to be that central app, and they have failed. So what will X be able to do differently? Well, Twitter still is influential.
Of course, the big question is whether or not X, this new app that replaces Twitter, can be as influential as Twitter has been.
Yeah, and they think that it would be because of its viability.
Twitter isn't as large as Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, but it has punched above its weight. Twitter is a place that presidential policy has happened. It is a place where celebrities and entertainers and media personalities and sports stars and all sorts of other people hang out. It's still an important platform, at least for now.
That is Ian Scher. He's a CBS News contributor on tech stuff. So X marks the spot, baby. It's here to stay.
I just wonder, though, just like any social media platform, the strength of its content is in its content creators. X doesn't make stuff. X doesn't create the content. You do. I do. Other people do. But you mentioned presidential politics gets played out. They have to be here creating this content. Otherwise, it's just an X.
Ooh, very good. We're going to have to change our Musquatch music to this now.
It's hot. It's working for me.
Hold my beer.
Stop laughing.
Traffic is sponsored by Weniger Compressor, ready to service any facility at pressureisoff.biz.
Why are you laughing
Weniger
at
Compressor salutes business owners who put the I can in American while treating their customers right.
I love the boys at Weniger Compressor.
Brewers fans, it's me, Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, here to tell you that you can now catch Brewers Extra Innings wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, and of course, WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. Every stat, every storyline, and of course, highlights from the games this season following the Brewers all year long. Catch Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank, right here on the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
And now, time for the Matzik Morning Minute. Take it away, Greg Matzik.
The Milwaukee Brewers dropped the final game of a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves with a 4-2 loss. Brewers lose 2 of 3 against the East-leading Braves. The game of the series was Saturday night, and it belonged to Sal Frelick, who drove in the game-winning run in his Major League debut, going 3 for 3 and making 2 outstanding catches in right field.
It is definitely nice to get a lot of the first out of the way early. I think it just allows you to settle in a little more. So, especially in that first at-bat, getting that first knock definitely allowed me to kind of settle in there the rest of the game.
Brewers begin today with a slim half-game lead over the Reds for first place in the NL Central. The Reds are in Milwaukee to begin a 3-game series tonight. Coverage gets underway following the 6 o'clock news. Training camp week across the NFL. Rookies report. Veterans up next. Training camp practice number 1 scheduled for July 26th. The U.S. Women's World Cup team next takes the pitch against the Netherlands on Wednesday. Brian Harmon wins the Open Championship, golf's final major, at 13 under par, 6 strokes better than Jason Day.
Matzik Morning Minutes is sponsored by Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Greg Matzik for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, where the summer road trip sale continues. It's where to gear up, score enticing offers, and get more for your trade on a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or GM-certified pre-owned model. Experience Team Holiday's award-winning guest care and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that makes fans of drivers from all over Wisconsin, and I'm one of them. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is partnered with the iconic musical duo of Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons from world-renowned rock band Kiss to bring their newest hit to town, Rock and Brews Restaurant. On August 1st, rock and roll over to Potawatomi for the grand opening of Rock and Brews and satisfy your need for great food, great music, and most importantly, a great time. For more details, visit paysbig.com.
Well, it's the longest-running music gig in Milwaukee's history. It's been over 43 years now, and I guess you could say, we love Jeff Stoll. He's here weekly playing a mean piano and singing all the kind of hits that you'd hope to hear at a genuine Wisconsin supper club. And at the Packing House, that's what we're committed to, being a genuine supper club, with hopes that people from all over southeastern Wisconsin and beyond make a point of visiting at least once. You'll hear great live music here every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday night. And for some people, a seat at the bar in our vintage lounge listening while having a couple of classic cocktails is just enough for a nice evening out. And for others, it's that, plus one of our award-winning steak entrees. But there's much more than steak on our expansive menu. With live music, a vintage lounge, classic cocktails, and a genuine supper club menu that runs the gamut, how can you go wrong? This is Chris Wyken, inviting you to enjoy deliciousness from scratch at the Packing House.
Deliciousness from scratch. That's the Packing House.
Across from the airport on Layton.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Learn more about Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options. Visit harwoodplace.org or call to schedule a tour.
Wisconsin's Morning News on this Monday morning. Feel that people are owed an update because I made a big old deal about it on Wednesday before I was off a couple of days. I played in a major golf event with a buddy of mine.
A major golf event. Thank you for
yes, it was
adding that.
That's one of my majors. I mean, major in that it took several days for it to play out and for me to ultimately fail. But as I was trying to get out the door for that and everything toward the middle of last week, my water heater went. And it was leaking all over the place. And then you and I had openly proffered a solution that might have included flex tape.
No, you suggested that. I said your water heater's dead.
Yeah. And you suggested that maybe you and I could put a new one in.
We could do it together. No. I have done it before with help, but I have done it before. I could have came over and we could have done it together.
So much as I expected, one of the reasons I thought not to even attempt that is because I knew where my water heater was, and this was a tough one. I said earlier, if we were playing Jeopardy and the Jeopardy answer is, never seen that before. The question is things you never want to hear from your doctor, your dentist, your mechanic, or your plumber.
So you heard that?
So that's what I heard. So my water heater is leaking all over the place in my basement. I knew I had to replace it. I knew it was old and this was coming. And that will lead me to another point that I want to make as we end the segment. But I'll update you first. The house was built in 1967 with an unfinished basement. It appears to me that part of the basement had since been finished before we moved in, and they kind of finished it just around the water heater.
How does that even happen, though?
So my guy's in there. I called Joe the plumber. Joe the plumber is our guy. Joe says, I don't really do water heaters anymore. He's kind of phasing back on his stuff. So we called Drew. Joe says to call Drew. Drew says to call John, and John comes by the house. Okay? Got it?
Got it.
Joe to Drew to John. John's in my basement and goes, never seen that before. Great. So what had happened was it looks like this water heater is like shoehorned into a spot. It's finished walls on either side. It's right next to the HVAC. And then there's the giant plumbing pipe that comes up from the ground, like that connects to your water. They call it the stack. So it's 2 inches across diameter?
It's enormous, right? That's taken everything from the top two floors.
It's behind there. So our options are...
How would that even happen?
Create an entirely new space, replumb the whole basement, right, to connect up to a new spot for the water heater. Yeah. Option 2 is knock out a wall. Option 3 is what John ultimately had to do was he had to cut the piping. I'm sure people are going to... It's not called a pipe. I'm not a plumber, man. Whatever. It's a big old pipe in my basement. And he's down there with the Sawzall. Cut a huge section of this thing out.
Yeah.
Took the water heater out, shoehorned the new one in there. It looks great. He at least was able to move it around so we can get at the controls now a little bit.
Yeah, that would be nice to be able to use the controls.
Yeah, so
turn it to vacation when you're gone.
Yeah, so he did a nice job. He did everything he could to save me money in the spot that we were, but we were in a tough spot. But then Eric, when I said, hey, they got to cut this pipe, now, and he's like, I have a pipe cutter.
I could have cut it. I'm
like, that thing you showed me looked like... It's like an X-Acto knife.
It's like for cutting conduit and stuff. I do have a Sawzall, though.
Can you imagine if you and me are down there?
I wouldn't say
I've got my flex tape, and you've got your little...
Oh, no, I don't think I can... I don't think this is big enough to get around that giant pipe.
Lesson to be learned here, though, and folks have asked. I mean, look, I knew the water heater was going. Joe the plumber told me 10 years ago. He's like, yeah, on the last leg of this thing, anytime now. And... Actually, I got a text from David Nason, who hosts the Fix It show, and he was asking how long was... I'm like, I know where you're going with this. I knew it was on the fritz. I knew it was... Why didn't we plan this? Save $10 a week for a little while, or whatever it is.
Right.
Set aside some money, save up the money that it is, plan to have it replaced. But no, nobody does that, right?
I was going to say, especially with a water heater, no one plans on water heater
We wait for stuff to break, and then it's an emergency, and then John's in your basement going, never seen this before. I don't know what we're going to do. So they did a great job. Everything is fixed, and we're in good shape now.
So I'm always amazed when someone says, oh, we're waterless now, or we have this other new high-age thing. And I'm like, how did you get to that point? Like, how did you plan for that? Because whenever we have a water heater issue, we immediately just go buy another one because we need the hot water.
Just have one on standby?
Yeah.
Here you go, John. Just throw this one in there, then we're good. Switch a couple of things out. Well, next time I'll call you. 8:27 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
It's Samantha with Heiser. Amp up your summer fun and adventures with the all-new 2024 Toyota Highlander Grand, which is available now. Or choose from one of our other amazing vehicles that are on lot and ready to go. Plus, receive the exclusive Safe and Sound program on any vehicle you choose. This includes the Vehicle Exchange program. Don't love it, exchange it. Stop in or visit HeiserToyota.com. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details. Text out a license, $3.99 service fees, and security deposit extra, and $731.23.
Hello, I'm Kelly Burris, an attorney with the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Here are a few quick divorce tips we provide our clients. Number 1, don't move out of your house just because your wife tells you to. Remember, that's your house too. Number 2, don't blow through the financial statements that you file with the court. These are key exhibits, and they often make or break your case. Number 3, watch the social networking. Expect your wife's lawyer to do a thorough online search. Incidentally, this is a two-way street. Now a bonus tip. Partner with your attorney in assembling evidence. You're one of the 2 leading experts on your life and marriage. Your attorney needs your input to achieve your goals. And finally, talk to your attorney before taking action. At Cordell & Cordell, we've been a partner men can count on for over 30 years. Schedule an appointment by calling 866-DADS-LAW or by visiting us at CordellCordell.com.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Milwaukee attorneys. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Kohler Services. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Roofing and exterior work are really tough jobs, and at Semper Fi, we're proud of our people. And when you work with great people, you deliver great results.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
If you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329. We discover the road at Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Discovery.
8:30 on your Monday morning. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. I'm Adam Roberts. Your top story, trying to bring home a U.S. Army private. Taking a look at the roads, your Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. Bit slow on 43 northbound right now from north to about Locust, adding a few extra minutes in that direction. And it's a bit slow from the zoo to about Watertown Plank Road on 41 north right now as well. It's sunny and a warm 75 in Milwaukee.
Israel's parliament has approved a key portion of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's plan to reshape the country's justice system. Some opposition lawmakers chanted shame during the vote and afterwards stormed out of the chamber. Massive protests across the country have been taking place for months against the plan. The heat wave expanding from the southwest to the Midwest and Northeast this week, bringing triple-digit temperatures to some places. Extreme heat on the island of Rhodes in Greece, triggering wildfires that have forced thousands from homes and hotels. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
The locals devastated. My house, our heart is here. Please save us, she cries. Meanwhile, Turkey, Slovakia, and other countries sending in their own planes and trucks to help battle the raging flames.
The Justice Department filing a lawsuit against the state of Texas, warning it has until midday today to respond to a request to remove buoys wrapped in razor wire from the Rio Grande. They were put there to deter migrants from trying to swim across. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:31. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, talks over U.S. soldier Travis King, who ran into North Korea last week, are underway. According to the UN, Deputy Commander of the United Nations Command in Korea, Lieutenant General Andrew Harrison, hopeful these dialogues will lead to a positive outcome for King.
None of us know where this is going to end, so I'm in life an optimist. I remain optimistic, but again, I'll leave that there.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin Congressman Brian Steele is calling for Travis to be brought home. He tells WTMJ his office is working to assist the Defense Department in bringing King home by any means possible.
It's a concerning situation. The circumstances of how this individual ended up there, I think, is still being explored, but ultimately, he's still a United States soldier, and I think it's absolutely imperative we work to make sure we bring him home.
King's family calling for the military to bring King back to the States. A reporter covering Country Thunder's opening night in Twin Lakes says she was yelled at and subjected to a racist slur. Our partner TMJ4's Taylor Lumpkin says a person came up to her while reporting on the event unprovoked and called her the slur twice. 1017 The Truth's Telly Hughes tells Wisconsin's Morning News he sees a trend when it comes to these types of incidents.
These things should not be swept under the rug, and I think that's been the problem. And then when it does come to the surface, it's, hey, let's start the conversation. How long have we been starting the conversation?
As part of Country Thunder's code of conduct, they say fans are entitled to enjoy the experience free from disruptive or inconsiderate behaviors or unruly actions. An unexpected resignation of Briggs & Stratton CEO Steve Andrews last week As Milwaukee Business Journal's Mark Cass commenting, the editor-in-chief sharing his thoughts on the manufacturing company's future with Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News.
They've struggled a bit as they went from public firm, now owned by a private equity firm. So kind of a surprise. We'll see what happens, who they put in that spot. I don't think we can overestimate the impact of Milwaukee. Remember, they still have that plant here at Wauwatosa. They have a lot of employees that are still here. We need to carefully watch this to see how they move ahead. It's competitive right now, and everyone's trying to grab a little bit of that market share.
Andrews said he's leaving Briggs & Stratton for personal reasons. Chief Financial Officer Christina Kernigla is acting as interim CEO. And an update this morning on a luxury apartment complex near Bay Shore where tenants in half a dozen units had to be evacuated and relocated after elevated levels of a cancer-causing chemical TCE were discovered. Cypress Bay Shore Residential says it is willing to offer anyone within the evacuated units in Building 3 the ability to relocate to another Lydell apartment if any are available. If tenants decline, they say a $500 reimbursement will be given to tenants. Time for news about your money with the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. At the opening bell, all the major indices in the green to start the day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 87 points to 35,315. The S&P 500 is up 19 to 4,555. And the NASDAQ up 67 to 14,100 even. Get on track with investment and retirement planning. Visit annexwealth.com. Click on the Get Started button today. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Times, 8:35.
Coming up, if you've got one of these in your purse, your wallet, maybe stuck in a drawer somewhere, you're just like half of American consumers. That story next.
Real people are getting real and lasting pain relief at QC Kinetics.
Who would have thought that I would be in better shape now than after I got out of the Marines at 22? It's great to be active again.
I've played 36 holes multiple days in a row without pain. Everything is great.
Are you tired of living with chronic joint pain? QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge regenerative medicine to restore and repair damaged tissue, natural healing agents from your own body, so your body can heal itself the way it was designed, with no pain pills, no steroids, no drugs, and no downtime.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
Thanks to QC Kinetics, quality of life is just a lot better.
Definitely changed my life.
Call now to see if regenerative medicine could be the answer you've been looking for. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics have proven protocols that can give you lasting relief now, and the consultation is free.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
So I was at a family get-together, and my aunt and I were putting the finishing touches on dinner. And she said, "Honey, could you grab the dressing out of the fridge?" Well, when I opened the refrigerator door, I noticed something. And I said, "Aunt, it looks like a shelf in there is missing. What happened?" And she replied, "Oh, your uncle tipped a wine bottle in there, and one of the glass shelves shattered. And I'm certainly not going to buy a new fridge because of that." And I said, "Well, Aunt, you know my business solves problems like that. Just give me the dimensions of the glass, and we'll have it replaced, and the shelf will be good as new." And she said, "I never thought of that." And that's what made me think of letting you know that if you have any kind of problem with glass, if you come see us, there's a pretty good chance we can solve it. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass in your home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
.837 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
A new survey out says that you, likely, Vince, have one of these sitting in your drawer at home or in your wallet. That's right, an unused gift card. Nearly half of Americans are not using their gift cards after all these years.
We did find that about 40% of people said that they've made an effort to use gift cards more frequently over the past year because of economic concerns. But last year, about 75% of people with unused gift cards said they would use most or all of them within the next year, but clearly that hasn't happened.
That's Bankrate.com's Ted Rossman. So, yeah, no one's using the gift cards, or at least half. Forget they even exist. Don't think about them. Leave them someplace.
I think there are a couple of things. For me, if they don't get used, it's a $25 gift card for some place that sells stuff that's $100 plus. You know, like what I want.
Sure.
So if it's $25, $25 gift card to a golf shop, for example. One of the popular names out there, whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want new Nike golf shoes, $150. Well, I don't have $1.25 right now.
So
25 doesn't really get me there.
So you're accumulating the gift cards then?
I
for
guess
later?
then, or it just sits and then you forget.
I always forget if there's like $3 left on them. And then I'll like have a handful of them. We've gone to like Marcus before, movie. I'm like, here, can you just run all of these, please? And then take them if they're empty. I don't
Your
want
total
them.
is $40.
Right.
Okay, now you're at $37.16. Now you're at 34.
Right.
Like,
so the best advice that Rossman has is that as soon as you get one, or gift it, I suppose, either way, as soon as you get it, you should use
There's
it.
a risk, too, that if you hold on to these cards, inflation cuts into the value, the store might go out of business, you might lose the card. There's a lot that can happen.
Oh, well, here's something that can happen. Matt in Howard's Grove just texting into the Old National Bank talk and text line. We bought $400 worth of Piggly Wiggly gift cards through Script at church. Lost them. 8:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Actually, they're one of our partners helping sponsor WTMJ Cares golf outing today.
Excellent.
WTMJ Classic.
Yes,
so I expect
sir.
to see Jeff and Jason Johnson out there. This is a company locally based. They're so community-minded. Anything that we've come to them with that we're doing here at Good Karma Brands at WTMJ, saying, hey, can you help us with this initiative? They're like first in line.
There's good people.
What can we do? What can we do? And what they can do for you, I'm telling you, it's catching on. Couple of signs popping up in Greendale. New driveway projects paved by Johnson & Sons
There you
Paving.
go.
Heard about one in Fond du Lac County. Somebody texted the show. Said, I saw that. The orange and black sign right out in front. They're doing good work. They're paving all of southeast Wisconsin. But we've been talking about them, family-owned local company. They're 10 years into their business now. They do everything in-house. They help you design your project. They even mix their own asphalt. It's their family name right there on the company. So if you want somebody for a paving contract, residential or commercial, new driveway, new parking lot for your small business, these are the guys we recommend. And you get the Johnsons every step of the way. A one-stop shop for projects of any size. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368. This is Chief Home Buying Strategist Brian Wickert. A lot of home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting their pre-approval and financing their new home. That's exactly what Jordan and Michelle did, and it wasn't until after they wrote their 5th losing offer that they took their agent's advice and called Accunet for a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and offer strategy consultation. Every time you write an offer and lose, it's an emotional punch to the gut because you've already imagined having Thanksgiving dinner at that house. We're helping home shoppers and their agents write stronger, more convincing offers every day with powerful tools and strategies that really work. If you don't mind writing 5 losing offers, go ahead and get a flimsy generic pre-approval from your bank or credit union. But if you want the best shot at writing an offer that gets accepted, get a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, and I'll personally join in on your offer strategy consultation like I did for Jordan and Michelle, whose very next offer was a winner. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
Earn points every time you shop with Fleet Rewards. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Sign up today and start saving with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
842, checking in on the traffic situation. Adam Roberts is on the roads for us today.
Traffic situation in name only because there hasn't been much to go on this morning, which is good. Mind you, that's good news. The only real trouble spot still remaining in the construction zone on 43 between North and about Capitol Drive is where you'll see a little bit of a tap on the brakes. Honestly, though, the volume even in that area is pretty light. It's just adding a few extra minutes on your drive from Brown Deer to downtown or in the opposite direction. Nothing really major there and nothing major elsewhere. Lots of green this morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Up to 75 degrees now in Milwaukee. Hazy and warm today. 88 degrees your high inland. A little bit cooler near the lake. And by Thursday, Wisnansky's got a high of 94 degrees. Woo. And when it gets like that, with the humidity as well, a number of these days in the Storm Team forecast also have a chance for showers and storms. So just something to keep an eye on. Boy, Saturday that stuff bubbled up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was a nice rain, though, for us where I was.
Needed it. But if you were out at the Air and Water Show, as so many were on Saturday, we went Sunday, got the pick day because it was perfect. Even just a slight bit of a lake breeze. That was awesome. And if it wasn't enough for you, EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh opens today. That runs through this weekend at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh. And that was the F-16 demo yesterday down at Lakefront. So cool, man. It's just I don't know how they know, and I don't know if we have any prediction or kind of reads estimates on how big the crowd was, but they say it can be 100,000 people.
Is that right? Wow.
So you've got every inch of real estate packed from, right up on the beach.
You got seats, vendors.
And then up into the bluff, all up the hill there by St. Mary's and the water tower. That's another good spot where people can watch for free. And then just think of it, one end of the lakefront to the other, Veterans Park. Now, if you're in Veterans Park, your view is not perfect because that's sort of the end of the stage, if you will. That would be stage right or show right. So a lot of the turning around is happening there.
Yeah.
Everything happens sort of right in front of just about Bradford Beach. We decided to buy tickets this year as opposed to try to find and stake out a place where you can watch for free. Just because, I took my dad and my stepmom. My mother-in-law is remarried to an Air Force veteran. We really wanted to bring him down.
Cool.
But easier that I could drop him off right there, and then we have a spot. We don't have to worry about all that. But the cool part about it is then you get the air show narration, and then everything happens right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a good show this year. A lot of folks out there buying stuff, too. You mentioned the whole merch tent row and all the demos.
We are buying merch, yes.
What'd you get?
I got a T-shirt that has the formation that I was watching during working hours this week when they were practicing.
Oh, sweet. And now you get to see the whole show for real, right?
Yes. I usually see it every year, but so I'm excited.
So what occurs to you, though, is like this is just like a concert, right? You go to the rock show, you go to whatever show you're seeing, and there's the merch tent with the band on it. These folks are the rock stars.
So do you wear the shirt at the air show?
Saw a lot of it. Now maybe it was last year's shirt.
Don't be that guy.
Right? You just put it on right away. So a lot of stuff for sale, a lot of things. My son talked to an Air Force recruiter. We spent a little bit of time over there.
Oh, that's
just
cool.
in case, just to ask some questions.
Kick the tires a little bit. Why
He
not?
didn't sign up yet, but
that you know,
as far as I know. Right. That would be a super cool path for him. So he's just sort of exploring that.
Sure.
But chance to look at that. I also talked with a Tech Sergeant, Matthew Gilbert. He is based here in Milwaukee. He's at the 128th, which is a Wisconsin Air National Guard unit, the refueling wing at Mitchell International. So he's walking around there with his son. So, the military branches, there's competition there.
Oh,
healthy
sure,
competition.
of course.
So this guy's Air Guard, which is sort of part of the Air Force, right? It's the state, division of that, okay? But his son's got the Blue Angels shirt, and he's all about the Blues.
The Blue Angels? Yeah.
Now, hang on. You're Air Force. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right.
We got to spend some time with them, and they've been doing some practice over our base at the 128th here in Milwaukee, though. So we got to see them up close and meet a lot of the pilots there. So it's pretty exciting.
Is it great to be able to share this with your son, too? Show him this is what Dad's about?
Yeah, it's hard to beat. It's get to come out here and see what I'm all about and get to see the life I'm living. So.
Yeah,
Now, wait a minute. Like, here you being big media trying to create divisiveness.
Stirring it up a little bit?
Wasn't even there. He's like, what? No, it's fine.
Looks like your boy's going Navy. Oh, how about that?
He's like, no, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
I met the guys. They were great.
Hey, you don't have to take my word for it. So my guy Lee, my mother-in-law is remarried. That's her husband, Air Force veteran.
Mm-hmm.
We get done with the Blue Angels show. So he's Air Force, right?
Right.
Get done with the Blue Angels who are Navy. And I'm like, so? He goes, yeah, it was all right. I'm somewhat facetiously. There's a little something there. One of the aircraft that I was impressed with that I wasn't expecting to be, because I'm all about the fighter jets and stuff. They had a couple of U.S. Army Apache helicopters.
Okay.
They had two of them sitting there hovering right over, and they're staring at all of us on the beach. Isn't that bad? I mean, it's got the guns right in front. You're sitting here
just
thinking,
showing them off to you.
You know, glad you're a friendly. Right? This turns out bad for some people in other parts of the world if you see that and hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, really impressive. And number of women were in the cockpit. One of the stunt pilots, I think, we had a story in the news, right?
Yeah,
about
she joined
biplane pilot.
Yeah, she joined Libby. Libby Collins had one of the female pilots on, and I'm trying to remember now what her. I could tell you here if I pulled it up, but there was also the one in the Blue Angel, one of the pilots for the Blue Angels, right?
And then I believe the F-16 demo pilot was a woman as well. So women in the cockpit are not new. That's been around for some time. But for them to gain the flight hours and experience in order to join these demo teams, that is relatively new, last several years. I interviewed a woman from Wisconsin a couple of years ago who was the first or among the first to fly with the Thunderbirds. That's the Air Force demo team that flies in the F-16s. And the woman who was here, Amanda Lee, I believe is her name, is the first to join the Blue Angels in the FA-18. So,
and Susan Dacey was the one on the air with
her.
us yesterday. She flew Big Red.
Yeah, really impressive. The biplane can do stuff just because it's got that second wing. Highly maneuverable. So really great day down there at the lakefront. And again, if that wasn't enough for you, 2 daily air shows in Oshkosh, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, every day of the run, EAA Air Venture. When's our team up there? Friday?
At least Friday.
At least Friday, if not both Thursday and Friday.
Yep. So the afternoon show will be up there.
Live at EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh, kicking off this morning.
Did you hear that? It can only mean one thing. The Wisconsin State Fair is back. As you're enjoying the fair, be sure to stop by the Bank 5-9 studio on the heart of the State Fairgrounds to see all of your favorite hosts broadcasting live. It's WTMJ Live at the Wisconsin State Fair. All fair long. See you there.
Eric Bilstead here with WTMJ's Wisconsin's Morning News. My daughter had a birthday over the weekend, and we had a family party, and some people came up, and my mom and dad were there. My dad comes in, and he's like, looking good out there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what looks good? My yard? It doesn't. And he's like, no, the garage doors. And I'm like, that's right. J.D. Griffiths. That's right. They've been at it for more than 70 years. J.D. Griffiths has been Milwaukee's premier provider and builder of garage doors. It even impressed my father. So yeah, we got our new doors earlier this year, went to jdgriffiths.com, and we got ourselves a free at-home estimate. Brand new doors, did some customization with it, and they're fantastic. And that's not all they do. They also are a very dependable service and repair group. J.D. Griffiths will do that for you. If you need to keep your original garage doors and you're just looking to get some repairs done, jdgriffiths.com is the website. Also, J.D. Griffiths will build you a detached garage. jdgriffiths.com is the website, so whether you're looking to upgrade your garage door for added customization, make it pop, or increase your home value, or need dependable service and repairs, J.D. Griffiths is here to help you make the most of this summer season and enjoy a hassle-free garage door experience. jdgriffiths.com for your free at-home estimate today.
Your first night camping alone. The new tent, fully set.